Warning. The Michael Decon program is a variety entertainment show whose host and co-host have a sense of humor and are not weighed down by the pressures of political correctness, proper pronouns, or views enforced by the left or right parties. The views on the Michael Decon program are not meant to reflect or incite hatred or conflict. If you're easily offended and lack a sense of humor which allows you to laugh at yourself, we strongly urge you not to listen to this broadcast.
And welcome back yet again, boys and girls. We have been waiting on you. We've been waiting for this moment for a long time. Well, not really that long. It's only been a day, but we've missed all of you. And my goodness, I'm joined once again by my co-host. No guest tonight, just me and my co-host, running wild all over you. Once again, put your hands together for the co-host, Mr. Mike Hideous. What's going on, Mike?
That would be me.
That's
Hello,
you.
Mr. Decon.
Hi.
Hi.
Did
How are you, buddy?
did you miss me there, Mike?
A little bit, yeah.
What do you mean a little bit, you son of a bitch?
Well, I talk to you so often now. I'm starting to get sick of you now.
Well, you know, I'm never sick of myself.
Oh, good.
This is going to be the new intro, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, this is going to be the new intro right here.
Right on.
Yeah. I mean, it fits the mood. I mean, you know, we're very happy. We're very happy, you know. We're a happy bunch here, all together. Yeah.
I could just see us both walking hand in hand on a beach with the
Me
sunset.
too. We could be making out.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. That should be the intro here. Just two guys kissing, having fun. Yeah, that's great. Can you imagine though if this was really the intro? That'd be, I don't know how people would react to that one.
It would definitely be rated more like a rated G.
It would really change the whole dynamic of the program here.
I think so. Yeah. No dirty words. No 4-letter words.
Yeah, it'd be really PC. Very monkeypox friendly. Can you imagine that?
Monkeypox friendly? Is that what you said?
Yeah, monkeypox friendly. Ooh.
Oh, brother.
I'm glad it's not that way. And Mike, you know, I was watching a TV show that came out on HBO recently. Yeah, called The Last of Us.
Oh, that's pleasant.
The Last of Us. Yeah, it was, you know, I was checking out the first episode. Things were going good. And you know what? I actually was watching it with the old man. And oh my God, Mike.
Is that a good oh my God or bad?
It's pretty grim. It's pretty bad. I mean, might as well be playing this music again. Might as well be playing this again.
What's the premise of is it a series or a movie?
It's a series, but it comes from a video game. But yes, it's pretty much like this. You know, things were going good. It's like a post-apocalyptic sort of thing where there's, you know, there's a fungus that runs wild and turns everyone into like a zombie sort of thing. It's based on a video game that came out way back in like 2013, if I recall correctly. So, you know, I'm watching this with my old man thinking, you know, it might be fun. And then holy shit, all of a sudden, good Lord, I'm seeing these two grisly looking guys start making out here. My dad freaked out, by the way. He said, holy shit, I'm not watching this. He said, turn this off. I'm not joking. It caught me by surprise. I thought, holy shit. No wonder
Two
this
big guys.
I'm gonna have to show you. It's pretty disturbing, but
know,
your eyes might not be the
same.
same.
The norm now on TV.
It is the norm.
But that seems. Yeah, I mean, like everything I see, it's like, you know, they gotta, you know. I don't care if what you're into, but
I'm not either.
Everywhere now. You know?
I just thought I was gonna watch a cool movie with my old man, and then all of a sudden I'm seeing two old guys start making out.
Oh boy, anything goes these days.
And then I kept wondering, why the fuck are they showing this all over the place? Why is it so heavily advertised? And then this shit.
Yeah, you see two bears. That's
exactly.
It
was disturbing. And I'm right there sitting next to my old man. And, you know, these sort of, you know, scenes like that having to do with sex are a little uncomfortable when you're right there next to your fucking parents or your mom, your dad.
Yeah, tell me about it.
And
I know
it's
that
like,
feeling all too well.
And I'm like, oh,
I got
God,
a question for you.
Two guys kissing. That's a little too much. I mean, I don't hate the gays or anything, but again, now I know why this show is being shoved down our throats. We're being deep-throated by it.
We're being deep-throated, exactly. I have a question for you.
Go ahead. I'm an open book.
Just hypothetical now. If you were an actor.
An actor.
Oh, an actor, a well-paid actor.
Right.
What would it take for you, being a straight male that you are, what would it take for you to do a scene with a man where you have to kiss him and or do a love scene? Seriously.
I don't know.
Would you be able to do that?
I don't know, man. That's kind of rough. That's asking a lot out of me. And I'm a straight male. I have gay friends and all of that, but that's some pretty hardcore acting, some method acting there. I mean, I don't know.
I get that. But I'm saying, let's just say, again, hypothetical. Let's say they offer you in addition to the money that you're already making for a blockbuster movie,
Yeah.
what if they offer you, like, we'll give you another $1 million if you can do this make-out scene with a guy or naked?
I need Jeffrey Epstein money. I need like 5 islands. I need to own the government. I need the FBI. There would be some demands, Mike, to get me to do what's going on here, this sort of acting that they're doing. Mike, I would need a lot of money.
Would you do like a Brokeback Mountain kind of scene?
Ooh, no. Hell no. Are you crazy? You thought about it when? Doing it for free or?
No, not for free.
Okay.
Now again, I'm a straight man. I'm a straight man.
Sometimes.
And I'm comfortable with myself. All right. I've been around the block, and I. What
do you mean you've been around the block? In what way, Mike?
Well, you have to read my book.
A sexual way, or?
That's another book I gotta write. The sexual escapades of Mike Cadius.
Yikes.
But what I'm getting at is I've thought about it. Like, if I was a celebrated actor in a film that I know is being produced, it's going to make something good at the box office, and I'm already getting paid. Let's just say I'm already getting paid $2 million.
$2 million, all right.
I'm working with Tom Cruise and John Travolta, and I have to be in a threesome with them.
$2 million,
and I have to.
Yeah.
I have to be covered
gangster talk.
In
sorry.
I have to be covered in like chocolate syrup and strawberries and whipped cream.
You give a lot of thought. You put a lot of thought into this, Mike. Holy shit. I'm like, what is going on here?
Right, we'll give you an extra $1 million, knowing that you're a straight male, to get it on.
Get it on.
Acting, of course. Get it so it's fake.
So dry hump. Dry hump another guy on screen, basically.
Right, but you still end up. I mean, look. How many times do you end up seeing guys kiss guys and women kiss women? Kissing is one thing. That's on the screen. But the love scene is manipulated.
Is it a little bit different, though? But isn't it a little bit different, though, when it's a woman kissing another woman?
Oh, of course.
It's a little, the visual aspect of it is a little bit different than, these two grizzly men giving it, the dialogue was really something else. And I wanted to play that for you, but then I thought, no, we're going to get flagged if we played any of the audio from The Last of Us, this series on HBO that's ultra popular. And I had no idea why it was being pushed so goddamn hard. But now I know why.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I know why now.
This is the new norm.
The new normal.
Yeah, I don't have any problem watching two women. Not only because I'm a straight guy, but let's face it, women are beautiful. They to see two women.
So you
together,
appreciate the artistic aspect, is what you're saying.
Well, yeah, and I'm trying to say this on a serious level. I'm not being a pervert about it.
I hear you.
Women just look prettier, whether they're kissing a man or a woman, than to watch two hairy guys. That's just not me. I'm not into guys' asses. I don't want to see a hairy ass.
Two grizzly men with beards rubbing up and down each other. That doesn't turn you on, Mike.
No,
okay, thank God.
But for other guys, it does, and that's fine.
Whoa.
I don't care, but I'm just not into it.
I'm not into it either. I'm not down with that. I mean, I'm sorry.
I think what we need to do is get somebody who's gay.
We need a gay guy.
Gay man.
Mm-hmm.
We need a gay man to call in.
We need a gay man
and call in, give us his opinion.
Where are all the gays at? The gays, step forward in the chat. Where are you?
Where have the gays
gone? We're looking for the gays. I know they're in there in the chat room. There's got to be at least a gay in the chat room. If any homosexual is out there, definitely call in the program. We'd love to talk to you about two grizzly bearded men kissing. If that turns you on, let us know. Give us a call and tell us how you feel about these two lumberjack hairy men just sort of rubbing up and down each other.
Or just in general.
Yeah, just in general. Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about...
how do you feel?
How do you feel about gay men in love scenes in movies today?
Yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, we are kind of talking about all kinds of wild things here tonight, and this is one of them. And caller, go ahead. You are live on the air. Hi.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
The dumb janitor, man.
The dumb janitor's gay? I had no idea. You're a gay man.
Oh, I wish I was, or I wouldn't have a 3 and a 4-year-old.
Oh,
Yeah, you and me both.
I mean, I guess it could be a bit of a blessing for some men out there to actually be gay, so you won't have any children, then you have to pay a lot of big fines there at times.
That's true.
It's pretty
So I got some
expensive.
exciting news for you guys.
Oh, go ahead.
I just got on Amazon yesterday and ordered a full set of Hooked on Phonics for me and my son.
Oh, nice. He's going to teach you how to read.
Yeah. My plan is for me and him to go through all the lessons, and after that, I'm going to read Mr. Hideous's book.
Nice.
And after that, I was hoping that maybe he would allow me to do the audiobook for him.
We'll have to talk about that.
Yeah, you're going to have to email him.
Okay, well, I thought that would set a goal for me, so I would be more like motivated.
Motivated, yeah. By the way, you're not from Florida, are you?
No.
Okay.
I'm from Indiana.
Okay, you're not a Florida man. Okay.
No.
Understood. Because then I would have been like, oh, no wonder you can't read. He's from Florida. A lot of Florida trash out there.
What's that got to do with it?
Oh, there's a lot of idiots out in Florida.
Florida? Why are you picking on Florida?
Well, we're going to talk all about Florida.
I thought you were
here.
going to say something like Georgia or Tennessee or Arkansas or
No,
Alabama.
we love all the people out there.
So do I, but I'm just saying, why would you pick Florida?
Well, Florida, we're going to bully Florida here tonight a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Florida night.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why not? Why does that bother you?
Doesn't bother me. I was just curious what the hell you were picking on Florida for.
Well, I got my reasons. So, caller,
reason. Okay.
I'm glad you
cool.
found that Hooked on Phonics book, and I hope the son teaches you how to read properly, pronounce the words correctly on Mike's book. It's not that hard of a read, though, but your son will like the book. He might even start doing bad things like Mike did in his life.
Okay, on a serious note, I do have a serious question for Mr. Hideous.
Yes, sir.
Are you into any of the Steiner and I'm gonna pronounce it? Well, I'm old.
The what?
Spit it out, Junior.
I'm sorry, I'm flushing a turd here, and I'm trying to catch all my brain.
For God. We're going to have to flush you down here.
Sorry.
We're going to have to flush you down the drain here.
Oh, what is going on tonight?
Oh.
Have you been drinking?
Are you into, I'm sorry, are you into the Blavatsky and the Rudolf Steiner stuff?
Are you talking
about artists?
Yeah, what are you talking about there?
I'm talking to Mr. Hideous.
Oh, he's talking to you, Mike, not me. I'm like, what is this man talking about?
Right. So when you name the names again, are you talking about artists?
No, Rudolf Steiner and
I don't even know who that is.
Blavatsky. You don't know who either of them people are?
No one cares who these people are. Fuck them.
I'm sorry. I was under the impression that Mr. Hideous was kind of into the occult stuff.
He's not into that bullshit. Come on. Grow up.
Oh, okay.
Grow up here.
Okay,
come on.
Okay,
well,
then. This question's not
to
gonna
answer your question, Mr. Janitor. To answer your question, in short, I read a lot about occult, witchcraft pre-1960s, and primarily Satanism. But I am unaware of these two individuals who you're talking about.
Well, they're ridiculously famous for bringing in the, which would they call it? You say dark art?
They ain't famous if Mike doesn't know them.
Who? What? Can you say their names again?
I'm joking, by the way. I don't really mean to, I'm playing around here, but go ahead, caller.
Go ahead. Say their names again, caller.
I'm sorry, Rudolf Steiner and I'm going to forget her first name. Blavatsky is her last name. And have you ever heard of the Eight Spear? That gets to my point of my question.
Now,
Okay,
it
then.
depends
You're
on
not-
what these people are involved in. If they were involved in occult stuff, particularly witchcraft, I don't follow anything on witchcraft that was created from the guy whose last name was, I believe, Gardner. When he created Wicca, that's when witchcraft became stupid. Anything prior to that associated witchcraft with Satanism and the occult, of course, is what I study. I don't study anything that's not in the dark arts. That's the best way I can describe it. But I'm not sure who these people are who you're referring to.
Well, maybe you might take a look, because I think you'd be really interested, because this is like this is early 1800s. Late 1800s, early 1900s, and Blavatsky came from Russia, and she came over, and people didn't want her to be in the group. You would just have to look them up, and maybe you'd be interested.
Oh my!
It's quite interesting, and the reason I bring it up, if you do look into it, there's something called the Eighth Sphere, and you might be interested in that, because I think it possibly could connect to the virtual reality and the brain chip thing they're trying to bring in. You might be really interested in it. I think you'd be fascinated with it. And
it depends.
It's kind of the people that kind of started psychic stuff. That I don't believe in all the psychic stuff, but
yeah, see, I don't know much about that sort of thing. The only kind of psychic studies I've ever done have been on mind control and hypnotism.
Yes, and this came from all that. So, like I said, I'll leave it at that. Just look up them two names.
I will.
It might pique your curiosity. I'm sorry, I got hooked on phonics damn thing. And
you must be a fan of Harry Potter.
I'll leave it at that. But
I will leave it at that too. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, janitor man.
My God, what the fuck happened there?
I'll definitely look up those names. And
I like the janitor, but I mean, that came out of left field.
I was going to say left field. That was definitely left field.
That was really bizarre. You know, we were wanting to talk to a homosexual out there, and then the janitor calls in. Not what I wanted. No disrespect to the janitor, but you know, we need a gay.
The day I got into magic is when I was watching Fantasia, Walt Disney's Fantasia, and Mickey Mouse came out dressed as a wizard.
You fucking dork.
Have you ever seen that movie?
I saw that shit.
Oh, it's great. One of Walt Disney's best.
Whatever.
All right. Moving right along.
I'd rather collect stamps.
Let's start the show, shall we?
Did you watch Fantasia on acid?
In fact, I watched Fantasia about a year ago because I have it on DVD.
I mean, maybe on acid it would be a lot better.
Definitely on pot.
On something. I mean, I would never watch that thing sober. That'd be a waste of time.
I'm still waiting for my delivery of LSD.
Well, that's not good.
Hint, hint.
Yeah, that's not good at all. You're gonna go to jail. That's illegal. Can't be saying that here.
Actually, Victoria, I was not 38. I was 55.
He was 55 watching Fantasia.
That's right.
And going to parades out in Palm Springs.
I can honestly say I have not been to a parade since I was about 4.
Since you were 4?
4.
That's a long time ago.
Right after I saw the movie Fantasia.
Yikes. That movie's just kind of weird to me.
Oh, that was the point.
Yeah, it's a little too bizarre.
I thought it was a great movie. As a matter of fact, there's a drawing that I did called Demon on the Mountain, which is sort of influenced by the do you remember the scene when the demon comes off of the mountain and Mickey Mouse starts fighting. Well, actually, no, that wasn't Mickey Mouse. Sorry, but this demon creature. That's what
Mike.
inspired me to draw this picture that I drew, called Demon on the Mountain. And as a matter of fact, you can even get the image on a T-shirt in my website.
Hint, hint.
Hint, hint.
Go to his website. If you can. Check out Mike's website. Plenty of things there. I didn't really plug your website very well there, did I? I'm like, that bunch of stuff there. I'm like, it's great. It's a great website.
There.
Yeah, go there now.
GoThere.com.
Yes. So, Mike, I don't think we're going to get a homosexual caller to ring us up here. It is too bad. I mean, we've been waiting here, and there's no gays. I don't know what happened. I thought we had plenty of gays out there listening.
Well, if you are of the homosexual status, please call in. We won't give you a hard time. I mean,
why would we?
We're not going to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want them to think that we're going to give them a hard time, and we just want to know what your opinion is and what you think about cinema with scenes of big hairy men making out.
Yeah, making out. If it turns you on, let us know. We just want to know. What's the big deal? I mean, step it up. That number is 424-666-2425. Don't be shy. We're here all night, waiting on you. Yes, everyone is afraid to be the next caller, Edwin. I don't know why, but people are a little scared, and sometimes people are just scared to call in, Mike. I don't know why. Am I that scary? Am I scaring you?
You're very intimidating.
How?
You're just Michael Decon.
And that scares people. Is that like, does that mean I'm like in the mob?
Scares me.
Well, that's good enough. Works out for me then.
There you go.
Well, whatever. Whatever. Well, I guess we're going to drop this subject pretty soon here. But yes, my dad, horrified after watching Last of Us. He didn't really, we only made it to about the third episode before it got really gay, in other words. No offense to the gays.
Did you feel very uncomfortable?
I didn't feel uncomfortable. I just thought, what is going on? I was enjoying the show. And now I have two guys kissing in front of me. I had no idea what was going to happen here. And they were like flirting. One guy was playing the piano. And the guy's like asking him, who is this for? Was that for a guy? Is this for a woman? And he goes, no.
For you.
It's for you, baby.
Right.
Be my hairy Santa Claus.
So really, it really is a topic that we should really touch on at some point, like thoroughly.
Yeah, we need a gay guy in here. We'll bring a gay in here. We'll ask him about this.
You and I being straight, we feel the way we do, but is it actually our insecurities of, not wanting to see something like that, being that we're straight? I'm just being honest here. I'm not trying to, give anybody a hard time who's gay or straight. I'm just saying that the way we see it, it's kind of weird for us, but it might be totally normal for two bears.
Two bears, yes. That's the slang term.
That's the proper slang for hairy guys, bears.
Bears.
In fact, I have a gay friend who likes bears.
We need to call him.
I think he's playing a gig tonight.
Oh, he's playing bass somewhere?
Yes. How'd you know he played bass?
I'm a psychic. Hey, I'm pretty good. People think I'm full of shit when I say that, but no, I'm actually pretty legit. I'm pretty paranormal.
There you go.
Yes, well, yeah, predicted right there.
My friend Rich, who I've known since high school, he's actually gay and he likes bears. He told me, he's like, I like bears.
Right now we're putting out a bat signal like a Batman does for the bears right now. We have a bear flag in the chat room. We're trying to provoke a bear to call in. We would love to hear from a bear out there. If they have any balls to call in.
Is that their symbol? That their symbol?
That's their symbol.
No shit, I didn't even realize that.
We're waiting for a bear.
The bears.
Bears, where are you? I mean, this is YouTube. We should have some of you out here. Come on, don't be afraid to call in. Where are you at? Don't be scared.
Come on, man.
Yeah, come on. Where you at?
Where's the bear?
All these goddamn bears hiding from me.
You know, I didn't realize. Do straight people have a flag? Because I know the gay community does.
Do the straight men have a flag? Do we have a flag? I don't know. That's a great question. I've never really looked into that.
Bears do. The gay society does. I believe gay women do.
Oh, this is a straight pride flag, a heterosexual flag. I just found one.
You did?
Yeah, it's like...
Can you post it so I can see it?
Yeah, it's black and white. I'll post it up here in the chat room. I never even...
not have enough money for color?
I never... Right. I never knew this sort of thing existed. And this is a straight pride flag, according to Wikipedia. Just a black and white flag.
I see it.
But yeah, there's really nothing to it. It's just a black and white flag. Pretty plain, I would say.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
Jeez. Let's not be too over detailed, shall we?
I guess so.
Man.
I guess
a black magic marker to make that.
I guess all the bears are getting banged right now. It's 6:48 out here in the West Coast. They're probably banging it out there in Hollywood. And North Hollywood.
Today is Saturday.
That's right.
Banging day.
Banging day, yes. Bareback day. They're just they're barebacking it. No lube, just straight in there. Can you imagine?
Oh, brother. Oh, I hurt my nose doing that.
Whew. I don't know what that'd be like, Mike, to just have something, jamming through me like that. That's pretty rough.
Matter of preference, my friend, because there are a lot of men out there who do.
A lot of men out there
some of
like
them
that.
aren't even gay. Like, look at the guys in prison. How many times do you hear about prisoners who are sexually associated with another inmate,
right,
but are not gay themselves?
Gay for the stay, it's called.
Is that what it's called?
That's what it's called.
Oh, shit.
Can you imagine?
I learn something new
Wow.
every time I do this show.
That's good. You're being, we are teaching you things here.
You certainly are.
Teaching you the facts of life here.
I'm going to have nightmares tonight.
You learn something new every day. I mean, it's a great fucking show. Those who dislike it, you could fucking die. Whoa, what happened there? That came out of nowhere.
The rated G.
Oh, we're doing rated G tonight.
Not anymore. We've got bears on the show.
Got bears and... Mike, I apologize. I went too far there. Cursing, being outrageous, and just losing my mind. I'm sorry. I hope you can accept my apology.
I do, my friend, I do.
Okay, then we can stop playing this.
Okay, good. Let's move on.
Yeah, moving on. So there's no bears now, Mike. What happened?
Well, you got all night bears if you're out, or gay people. If you're out there, give us a call.
Yeah. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you tonight. And if we don't get that, then I guess it's tough shit.
F it, man.
Yeah, well, then we're screwed.
Okay.
Yeah, so, we're just trying to educate all of you out there. Trying to get down to the science. We're just trying to get down to the science here, Mike.
Understanding about bears, yes.
Right. So yes, Mike, if you want to watch some bear action, you watch the HBO hit show, The Last of Us.
I'm sorry, was that a question?
No, I'm just, I'm promoting the show for you.
Okay.
So you can watch with your very own eyes.
So say again, what did you say? Because I wasn't listening to you.
Well, Mike, I think I might have to boot you out of the show here tonight. Might have to write this one out solo.
Oh.
Me and a bear will take over the show here.
I bet you will.
Ooh.
I knew it.
Can you imagine if I was gay and I only liked bears, but the skinny gays I wasn't into, but just the overly, chunky ones I was?
Well, you see, that's an interesting... Oh, sorry, I just hit the mic.
I wonder if there are gays like that.
That's an interesting theory, because if I were gay, I don't think I could be into a hairy ass. I want a nice, slim,
You want a nice clean
attractive.
ass.
I want, shaved
Okay.
and smooth,
Jesus.
like a swimmer.
You want a very skinny teenage Jew.
No,
Why?
No,
They're clean.
because they got those haircuts with the little curls coming down the sides. They're on the sides of their face.
So no
like-
gay, so no skinny Jewish gays for you is what you're saying.
I don't care if they're Jewish. I just don't want. It doesn't have to be. Well, they are circumcised, so that's a good thing.
I mean, that's a plus for you, right?
Right.
Okay. Mo, let's take a call here. Caller, go ahead. You're live. Hi.
Hello. So, I'd like to know, does Grandma Scary Bear count?
That's pretty different.
That's my alter, and she's kind of asleep right now. But I really don't do sports and stuff. Everything's rigged, of course.
It's all rigged. The NFL's rigged. All the sports are rigged. It's all ran by gambling. It's all ran by degenerate gamblers, basically. And that's been a problem for forever. Mike, I know you probably think this is all nonsense saying that sports are rigged, but there's a long history supporting these claims and all these people in baseball and the NFL that have, done all these things. But anyways, back to the point here. Yes. Tell us about the bear.
I agree wholeheartedly with you. I mostly just want to say hello. How's it going?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. We're doing good. We're just hanging out here, having some fun, talking about, things that you shouldn't be talking about around your family or your parents. Or seeing, it's like seeing a sex scene with your folks there. It's a little awkward.
Always exciting. So I'm just kind of puttering around and listening in the background. But I really just wanted to say hello.
We love that. Thank you.
Because
yes.
Yeah, I'm nervous all of a sudden.
You're a lesbian, a nervous lesbian.
There you go.
Are you a straight woman?
I am.
Well, then
I am not going to take any labels. I'm just another being on this planet who happens to have boobs.
You're non-binary.
And a JJ,
okay.
Trying to make it through.
The JJ.
No
JJ. Is it inappropriate to say the word cunt still in the year 2023, or is it still a little, too much?
You know what? Cunt is perfect for this whole year so far. I've had a lot of shit happen.
Right on.
I'm over it already.
It's been a cunty year already, right? It's been a pretty cunty year here in 2023.
I'm telling you, one after the other. But you know what? I just keep moving on.
You got to do that.
And doing best I can.
Just keep trucking it.
Make a small difference in the world, in my little universe, best way I can.
Nice.
Know? Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Good for you. We appreciate that. I'm glad you called in. We appreciate that. I'm sure you're a first time caller here, so much respect. I'm glad you weren't scared.
Yeah, well, sometimes I tend to be a goddamn little snowflake, but not tonight. And I was nervous for a half second.
What state are you calling from?
I'm sorry?
What state are you calling from?
Washington. I'm in southeastern Washington. Yeah.
I have two friends who live in Washington.
Oh, right on. Yeah. We have an issue going on around here with cherry orchards. And it came into my awareness probably a couple of years ago. They're just ripping their trees out. And most of them are burning them because it's way expensive to have them chipped. And so it came to roost at my sister and brother-in-law's place. They have 10 acres. Now they're calling it a virus. They're calling it the small cherry virus. And they had to rip out 3 of their acres. And so this shiz is going on. And now, I wrote on my journal some time back, we've got fungus among us. And because I've got this really strange growth on my heater, and I've been keeping an eye on it. But anyway, it's very sad. It's very sad to see the way they do it, they just rip them right out of the ground, and then there's these ginormous piles of cherry trees everywhere.
They should
And it
really
doesn't
burn
look like
them,
it's gonna-
because if they have a fungus, the best thing to do is
Yep.
completely destroy them by burning them, not chipping them.
Yeah, well, so apparently some people do chip them, and I agree with you. Burn it. But yeah. So anyway,
Burn it like
it's,
Auschwitz, yes.
yeah. There you go.
Very nice.
Anyway.
Very nice.
Well, I've got some food cooking here.
The
some
fuck was that,
Mexican
Mike?
rice, Mexican rice.
You're like,
and some corn milk. So I better get
That
to it.
wasn't me.
Oh, okay. Thank you, caller. We love that. We appreciate you
Thank
so
you,
much. Thanks for
caller.
calling
Thank
in.
Thanks for taking it.
Take care.
Keep listening.
Oh, Mike.
Watching the skies. I didn't make that noise, Michael.
I heard
That
a
wasn't
noise.
me.
I'm like, what was that?
No, it wasn't
It scared me. I'm like, was that Mike back there?
No.
It sounded like
You would have known if it was me.
it sounded like somebody else back there.
Maybe. I don't know what you heard, but it wasn't me.
I'm like, who else is
I
on the
was-
line?
I was sitting here quietly, just listening to the caller.
It was the CIA in the background.
Possibly the DOJ, the IRS, the
Yes.
FBI.
It
Who
was the
knows?
goddamn feds again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes,
Don't
but
get me started.
Mike, you know how excited I was? I thought we actually had a live bear on our hands here. But no,
Yeah, I know. I was hoping we'd get a gay.
I was hoping we got to catch a gay here. Can we say that without getting in trouble? Catching a gay?
I was gonna say, can we even say the word queer without giving
Queer?
a problem
I think
these days?
I think some people would get a little angry if we started saying queer. Then they would be like, "Oh, they
Really?
hate the gays."
But they use that in their description. LSMGBTFKJ.
Yeah, but people get a little weird about it. They get a little scared.
That's just so wrong.
Right. Yeah,
People
that's
are
right.
So weak.
And Mr. B, you're right about that. They're talking about the fungus from The Last of Us, basically. That's what's going on out there with their cherry stuff, their cherry issues.
Mm.
The, what was it called? Small cherry virus.
And it's not a bug. It's an actual like a some kind of an infection, like a bacteria.
Pretty much.
Mm. You know what we've got out here? A
Wild.
problem with and once again, this is something that came from China. We have what's called lantern moths, and they are very, very bad to the environment. I took a trip back in October.
So get a
November.
flamethrower, Mike, and get rid of them.
Yeah, well, we don't have it nearly as bad as Maryland, right by the border of South Pennsylvania. I went down there to go photograph some eagles a couple of months ago, and while we were standing on the river's bank, Michael, you could see on the trees literally thousands of these lantern moths crawling up and down the trees. They are just completely overrun by these insects. And again, they're from China.
Well, that's just great.
Mm-hmm.
From China, huh? China. Yikes. Good Lord. Well, Mike, I think we're going to have to just drop this bit here. We're not going to get any homosexuals here.
Afraid not. Let's move on.
Moving on here. I'm sad. I'm fucking sad here.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I was all juiced up, ready to go, and then
You're all greased up.
all greased up, ready to talk about some bear action here. Some hairy fucking bear action here, some lumberjack sex, and now it's gone. I guess I'm going to watch The Last of Us now.
The Last of Us, and that's where that shot that you put on
Yes.
the screen, that's where it came from.
Yes, that's the name of the show. Mike, fair warning, be careful. Episode 3 gets a little rough. It's a little, Brokeback Mountain style.
Yeah, I doubt I'll be watching it, but thanks
Yeah.
for the warning.
Yeah, I know.
I'll put all my porn aside so I can watch that.
Oh, kill me. Caller, go ahead, you're live.
Oh yeah, I'm happy you're off the bear thing.
Oh, me too. Mike can put his clothes back on.
Are you gay, caller?
Well, you see, seriously, if it keeps going on, there can be like bad things that would happen on YouTube.
Well,
So.
there's bad things happening now.
No, I don't think so. That whole thing on that whole the episode 3.
Yes.
On Ars Technica, which is that one tech website that sells everything, they've been talking to the writers of that show as part of their like thing,
right,
for advertising, and they were just calling it a flashback. They weren't calling it like some other part of the whole system.
Oh, so you saw it too?
And they just blew it off that's normal.
Yes, what they were doing, Mike, they were doing these, when they're doing a movie or show, they have like a flashback from another time. They go into that sort of montage.
Yeah, I get it.
Back in time montage. So yeah, they went back in time and he's, living a different life, the main character in here. But yeah, it's rather disturbing because, the whole show was going good. It was looking good. I was enjoying it. And then that scene came on and then we got to hit the brakes there. We got to hit the eject button. Went a little too far.
Then watch the rest of it. It's silly.
I'm going to have to fast forward that part, yeah.
So the gay guy actually had a full armament, like setup down there, full of ARs and everything. And so our hero guy in the show leaves and doesn't take any of it with him.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a brilliant guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. I was talking to a friend of mine about this whole thing because he was trying to get me to watch the show, and so after the whole episode 3 thing with the bears, I had to go ahead and get mad at him about this. That like the guy is so stupid because he didn't take any of the ammo or anything with him.
I'm telling you, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm lost. I don't even know what you guys are talking about at this point. I never saw the.
Yeah, don't worry, Mike. I never saw it,
so I'm not even on the same page.
Yeah, he's not even here. We can mute him. We can mute Mike here.
Well, no, it's okay because what we can do is buy him the entire season so he can see the bear.
So he can watch. Yeah, we're gonna make a DVD of just an endless loop of that scene for you, Mike.
Exactly.
You guys are so great.
Oh, I love this caller.
Yeah. So anyway, no, they've actually turned it so gay and so like Disney right off the bat. It's horrible.
It's a little odd. I mean, this gay agenda that's being forced down everyone's throat. I mean, no disrespect to the homosexuals out there. I have lots of gay friends. I even have a gay friend who partied with Andy Dick out there in Palm Springs. And Palm Springs is a huge gay community out there. All the gays know about Palm Springs. And, much respect to you out there, you gay listeners out there. No disrespect at all. But yeah, Andy Dick can't sue me for that because he did hang out with my friend and they did a few things, Mike. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
But moving on. Caller, yes, I'm glad you called in. It's too bad you're not a bear. It would have been better if you were, but
that's too bad.
That's too bad.
Well, no, the Victoria Grimes gal that's on your chat there wants me to go ahead and be a bear now.
She wants you to be a gay.
That's right. She is actually making fun of me on your chat. I believe that she is actually a bad girl.
Well, aren't they all?
Well, you never know.
They're all bad. They're all degenerates, men and women both.
I know. It's a good life we have.
It's a dog-eat-dog world.
Yep.
All right. Well,
so anyway,
yes, sir.
So if you're going to change subject, what are you going to change subject over to?
Well,
are you going to go over to the earthquake, or are you going to go over to like Ukraine?
Well, we're going to talk about right now. We're going to have to segue into the whole UFO thing right now.
They're shooting down the balloons?
Yes, the UFOs. That's what they're shooting UFOs now out of the sky, Mike.
Yes, so I've heard.
Yeah, so we're going to get into that right here. But yes, caller, thanks for calling in. We'll talk to you in a moment here.
All right.
Thanks for the call, brother.
Yeah, yep. Have a good night.
Mahalo.
Thanks.
And there he goes, Mike.
Bye.
Mike, you felt so left out on that one, didn't you?
You guys can talk about all the bears you want.
Yeah, we can talk. Yeah, we're having bear fun here. I think that's the longest I've ever talked about a homosexual, Mike.
And then we're still talking about it.
And we're still going strong.
I mean, there's
And
about
now
4
we're
other
in.
subjects we need to get to.
Jesus, yes. Let's move on. Holy fuck.
And it's already been like close to an hour.
We dragged this bit on for an hour. Holy hell. We really abused the listeners out there. Holy shit.
And this just came out of the blue. I mean, we didn't even want to talk about this.
No, not at all. I mean,
list.
no, we don't rehearse. We don't do any of that hack shit. We just come on here and get it done. As you should.
Doing much of that.
Yeah, as you should. But moving on here, Mike, before we turn into a bear, we're discussing this sort of object in the sky. Yet again, another one of these unidentified objects were shot down, and this time over Canada's Yukon territory, Mike.
Yes, I've heard.
Pretty wild stuff. And
indeed,
we do have a little story here to play. Let's play this little clip here for people.
Interesting. This is kind of unusual that these pilots saw different things, and that is sort of, I guess, adding to the mystery of all this.
Yeah, not even the pilots apparently were really able to identify what they saw. And just to take you back for a sec, on Thursday, the U.S. defense officials sent F-35 fighter jets up to try to figure out what this object was that was flying around near Alaska. Those pilots, we have learned, have given very conflicting accounts of what they actually experienced, with some pilots saying that the object interfered with the plane's sensors, other pilots saying that they didn't really experience that, other pilots saying that when they looked at the object, they could identify no identifiable propulsion system, and they did not know how it was actually staying in the air, cruising at that altitude of about 40,000 feet. So this has all added to the Pentagon's wariness of describing in more detail what this object actually is until they can get more information through the debris that they are recovering right now.
What do you think, Mike? Do you think it's just a drone or something else?
Of course, it's not an alien or anything like that.
Of course not. I mean, it'd be cool if it was.
It would be, obviously, but the thing is, a UFO is simply an unidentified flying object that we don't know where it's from. Doesn't mean it's an alien. It's simply a UFO. If it were, just for argument's sake, if it were an alien and we shot it down,
yeah,
do you really think it would be on the news?
Fuck no.
Course.
No, not at all. Not at all. And of course, these pilots talking about this sort of thing is kind of strange, though. Regardless of what it really was, it's still kind of unusual.
Did they say it was a balloon that they shot it down?
They were saying it's a balloon. They were saying it was this. There's all kinds of conflicting stories here.
See, now, when we talked about the whole balloon issue being shot down over the Atlantic Ocean, what they did wrong with that was they should have just shot the balloon. And the balloon would have slowly come down. If they put a couple of holes in the balloon, it would have lost the air and it would have come down. And we could have had the entire thing intact. Instead, we blew the whole fucking thing up, put it in a million pieces, and now we got to collect them all on the bottom of the ocean. Great. With this thing, I'm curious to know whether they knew if it was a balloon or not. Again, if it was a balloon, you shoot the balloon, it comes down gently. You shoot the mechanical parts to it, and now it's useless, or more useless than it could have been if it were intact.
It's pretty wild that all these things are happening. That's multiple balloons or
indeed
objects, whatever you want to call them, being shot down and being sort of put out there by who knows where. They're saying it was the Chinese, but now they're saying they don't really know now.
Probably the Dutch.
It's the goddamn Dutch. No video evidence this time. That's what I'm seeing in the chat room, and yes, I find that rather suspicious.
Who knows? Who knows at this point?
But I don't think it's a UFO, obviously. But a lot of people in the UFO world are speculating that sort of thing. But why? But why wouldn't they? You know, a lot of the UFO folks out there are quick to jump on the trigger. We don't know.
Yeah, I know, man.
That's the problem. We don't know.
What can you do?
I just sit here and laugh. No, yeah, we could just laugh here. But yes, NORAD shot it down. Yes, and NORAD shot it down, folks. They blew it out of the sky. Good old NORAD, who stood down the morning of 9/11. But that's a whole nother story.
Oh, brother.
Oh, here we go, Mike. Just kidding. I'm not going to take you down that avenue here tonight, Mike. Don't worry, you're safe. You're safe, Mike.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. I'm just. It's such a controversial topic for me because I mean the all the facts are not there, and I need to be. I'm a skeptic, and I need all facts until I can make a decision on something.
You like to be backed by the facts, yes.
Well, let's face it. If the government released some of the information that hasn't been released, or would at least answer some of the questions that have been a mystery to us for all this time, maybe I could have a better opinion on it. But, all I know is that I'm suspicious now,
As you should be.
Exactly.
You've been lied to before, and you are still being lied to by Big Brother, Mike.
I'm believing that more and more every day.
Yeah. I mean, just look at what happened the last 3 years.
What happened? Oh, you mean with COVID?
With everything, yes. And now we're slowly finding out what the government's been up to, who they paid off to suppress everything here. This misinformation, quote
when
unquote.
I sent you that text. You remember when I sent you that text message yesterday about the about Nixon before he resigned, having made a comment about knowing who shot JFK?
I think
it was the CIA.
Said something like that to me, but yes.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
I didn't word it that long in the text message, but ultimately I was unaware that Nixon knew that the CIA was in on the assassination of John F. Kennedy.
Of course he knew.
And
yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know. I didn't really study the subject. Now, if I was Jim Fetzer, that would be a different story.
Oh, that's night and day.
I mean, he doesn't probably believe that either. He probably thinks that they were shot down. He was shot down by an alien.
I don't know what he thinks about that. I haven't been able to talk to him, unfortunately. Jim's been MIA.
Yeah, what happened to him?
I don't know. I was hoping we could talk to him pretty soon here, but Mike, there's no sign of one Jim Fetzer. I don't know what happened to the man.
He didn't get arrested, did he?
No. Imagine if he got arrested.
Well, the reason I say that is because of, wasn't he being sued for the comments he made about Sandy Hook or whatever it's called?
Yeah, Sandy Hook. But he's not being arrested.
All right.
As far as I know. He's still doing shows online. I don't think he's arrested there. I don't think he's been arrested or anything. I think he would have been talking about it if he actually had been apprehended by the feds or the cops or whatever.
Okay, so he's still online is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's out there running wild.
Oh.
You like that? He's out there running wild being the freight train. Yes, much love to James Fetzer. We do love Jim very much, and hopefully he comes on the program very soon here. And yeah, terrible things here, Mike. I don't know what's going to happen here with all these things interfering with our airspace here. It makes you think, are we actually safe here in America from these imminent threats from the outside? The fact that something could just slowly come in here, invade our space, go over sensitive military bases. That's what they did, Mike.
Yes. And that the POS administration saying that, oh, well, we had three of those incidences with President Trump in office, but that's bullshit because nobody in the Trump administration knew about that. So if it did happen, that means that is a treasonous act by the military not telling the president what the hell's happening. And secondly, more than likely, it didn't happen, and it's the Democratic Party politicians who are lying out their ass yet again. Just just to lay more blame on President Trump.
And by the way, we have a confirmation here that no, he's okay. This is from Mona in the chat room, referring to one Jim Fetzer, I believe. So yes, he's fine.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, he's fine. Eventually, he'll be back, and he'll be here to annoy Mike. Be a good one.
He's not annoying. I think he's entertaining.
He's awesome. And I'm seeing this in the chat room here. They're saying, are they trying to mess with the Super Bowl? They've been trying to mess with the Super Bowl. I mean, it's always been a rigged sort of event. And you'll see for yourself tomorrow if you watch it.
I couldn't tell you the first thing about. Can I tell you a story?
Sure.
I couldn't tell you. First of all, I couldn't tell you the first goddamn thing about football or any sport. Let me just give you a little quick story.
A rundown.
When I was going into high school, actually, let me back up a little bit before that. My pop, rest his soul, was very much into athletics. When he was a young man, he had all these trophies from basketball, baseball, football, what they call pickleball. My dad was very much involved in sports, and he loved it. He really did. And as I said, all these trophies. So here's a young Mike, before I spelled my name with a Y, going into high school, right? Young, skinny kid. I was small. I was weak. I was an artist. I wasn't a sportsman, but I wanted so much to impress my pop. And so what I did for freshman year, I joined the football team. And I went to 2 weeks for football camp in the summer, ruined my whole summer. And I tried like hell to be part of the football team, which was the biggest mistake I could have made. I could barely hold the football. That's how terrible I was at sports. I got my own teammates were crushing me.
Wait a minute. You couldn't hold the football. What are you talking about?
It was gigantic. I was too little. I was a little kid. I was 13 in high school.
Well, you were going to be the quarterback.
They wanted to make me the quarterback. Oh, shit.
They wanted to make you. Oh, they did.
Michael,
oh, my God.
There was no possible way I could have been like a runner, what they call a halfback or a line runner or whatever the hell. I could never have been a lineman, like to block anybody. I had no meat on me. I was a skinny kid. I think I weighed 120 pounds.
Wow.
But they wanted to put me on. And again, the only reason I did this was to impress my dad or make him look up to me, so to speak. And also to make friends. And I made nothing but enemies when I got on because I started dating this girl who had just broken up with one of the guys on the football team. So they all fucking hated me. And they were all like, every time we did like a scrimmage with each other, I was always getting tackled because of the guy. His name was George, and all his friends. I think he was bigger than I was. He was like a sophomore or a junior, probably a junior,
probably a bear,
probably a bear. And
yeah.
So what I'm getting at is, since then, I have never ever gotten into sports. That's a lie. Sophomore year, I joined the track team. For 2 months, I trained.
A track team?
Right before the track team. I was a fast runner. That was one thing I could say. But
well, you don't want to get beat up. Of course, you're a fast runner. Mike,
I trained for 2 months.
Mike, all your stories involve you getting beat up.
Yeah, well, I was a skinny little kid.
You need to buy a gun.
For 2 months. I trained for 2 months, and then literally the weekend we were going to have our first meet, I ended up having to quit because that's when I had my first bout with cancer.
Oh, no.
And that was that.
Well, that's terrible, Mike.
That was my sports career.
So it all went well, and then boom. Well, didn't go that well, but in the end, you got hit with that.
Yeah, I would have stayed on the track team, but I mean, even that I wasn't that good at, I was only good at running.
No good deed goes unpunished, Mike.
Indeed.
Well,
Indeed, no good deed.
That's unfortunate, Mike. I'm sorry that your career ended in flames like that.
Well, it's kind of better off because I became a better artist. I began I began taking an art class, and from that point on, by sophomore year, I was learning art theory. By junior and senior year, I was doing anatomy and that sort of thing. And then eventually, college I was able to learn better things and improve my art.
Well,
Even though I did study, I got
yeah.
a bachelor's in occult and ancient religion studies.
That's pretty cool. I just can't imagine you becoming like a runner or playing a sport for so long. It's just a very unusual look for you, Mike.
Yeah, well, that's why I quit.
Yeah, you must have stood out.
Yeah, I was a little kid, man. At 13, I was, like I said, 120, 125 pounds at a
Damn.
28 size waist. I was little. I was
Damn,
5 foot
yeah.
something.
You were little.
I was.
God damn, Mike.
God damn.
God damn indeed. I had no idea, Mike. Yes.
God damn.
By the way, I put up a photo here of the Super Bowl with the UFO here hovering on top. And it's sponsored by Pfizer.
So now,
get that vaccine.
You were saying that it's fixed. Like, I'm not really sure where you're going with this topic on the whole Super Bowl.
Oh, I was just sort of joking around here. Lots of conspiracy theorists out there saying that the Super Bowl is rigged. That's what they were saying here, that it's all scripted. I don't exactly think it's completely scripted, but I feel like a lot of it most likely is, though, to be honest with you. I don't think it's all scripted, but I think a good portion of it definitely is. And yes, I'm looking at what the halftime show is going to be. Like, a lot of people out there very much, excited about the halftime show. Everyone likes the halftime show. I don't really give a shit about the halftime show, but I just wanted to see what was going on. And it's Rihanna. She's going to be out there with I don't know who this other guy is. Rihanna, she got beat up. If I believe correctly, yeah, she got beat up by what was that guy's name? Chris Brown. A long time ago, many moons ago. I remember.
Wasn't he in a boy band or something, Chris Brown?
No, he was like he was like a R&B singer sort of guy.
Yeah, but before that, wasn't he like he was in a boy band?
I couldn't tell you.
Positive.
I couldn't tell you. I don't listen to that shit.
Oh, that's Bobby Brown. Sorry, Bobby Brown.
I don't listen to that. I don't fucking know. I just know that he beat the shit out of her. And caller, go ahead. You're live.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, brother?
Mike
Hi.
and Mike.
Yes.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
That's good. I figured I'd call in since I'm a gay ex-NFL player.
Oh, you're not a bear.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm not.
Did you say you're an ex-NFL player?
A gay ex-NFL player?
A gay ex-NFL player. I mean, we never heard of that, but we like that.
A bear.
A bear gay player. Okay, gay
Were
bear
you on the
NFL
team
player.
For the Bears?
Yeah, did you play for the Chicago Bears?
Exactly, yes. Yeah.
Nice. Pretty cool. What are you doing back there? Are you fixing documents?
He's working at Burger King. He's folding up the little hamburgers.
Yeah, I'm at the drive-thru.
You're at the drive-thru.
I'm working the drive-thru right now.
I know you're in the back office.
Yeah, can you pay attention to us?
I do apologize. No, I was just trimming my tube.
Okay. Cool.
Did you say trimming his tube? His tube? He's trimming his tube?
Nah, it's this is the pressed Hawaiian.
Oh yeah, this is the sad Hawaiian, the depressed Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Hawaiian.
Yeah.
How you guys been?
Take 2 pineapples and call me in the morning.
Yeah.
I will.
Well, we're we're hanging out.
Yeah, I was just calling because I think the NFL is totally rigged, and
you know it is.
You know it. Several players have came out and said it was rigged.
Have they now? I've heard of those reports, but I wasn't sure if they were just trolling or what was going on. If they were serious, they just wanted some more money. What is going on? But yeah, sport. The whole thing about it being rigged, also, Mike, is lots of degenerate gamblers out there. There's a long history of different players betting on this or that and getting in trouble.
I have a question for our pineapple Hawaiian man.
Our pineapple man, yes.
Pineapple man. Does Hawaii have its own football team?
No, we don't, unfortunately. I think it would be great, but it's too far for people to travel out here. Like, they used to have the Pro Bowl out here.
Mike doesn't watch the NFL, so
I'm completely clueless when it comes to football.
Doesn't make sense. That's good because it's a total waste of time and energy. And
I agree.
It's sad how much time people waste and how much energy and
it's bullshit.
All the stats, and it is. It's freaking. It's bread and circuses.
It's a waste of time.
So that being said, are you guys gonna watch the game with any of your friends and family tomorrow?
Probably not.
I've never watched a football game in my life.
You've never been invited to any games? Nothing like that, Mike.
Well, I mean, when I was in high school, I watched a few games, but to tell you the truth, I didn't care back then, and I don't care now. Besides, everything that takes place with the Super Bowl, how many millions or billions of people watch it, not only in America, but maybe around the world.
Oh, yeah.
All the money that goes in, like, I think one commercial for 30 seconds is like, what, $1 million?
Something like that, yeah.
Couldn't care less.
I'm with you. I don't give a shit about the NFL or most sports in general. I mean, the only thing I really care about is like combat sports, like boxing, mixed martial arts, that sort of thing. Anything else,
pretty cool.
I don't really care, Baseball, football, hockey, golf. I don't even consider golf a sport. I think golf is retarded.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, fuck golf. Come on. I'm gonna go play golf.
It's funny, like, I know a lot of guys think they're like, somehow it makes them manly by like talking about football or like watching football or memorizing all these stats and like somehow.
Well, it truly is one of the most watched sports ever.
It's true. It's supposedly it's like entertainment, like the WWF.
I rather watch the WWE or whatever other pro wrestling thing is going on than the NFL. To be honest with you, that's a little bit more entertaining to me than the NFL. That's pretty much a bore. Unless you're like betting on a certain team, then I would see how that could be entertaining for someone. If you got money on the line, now I would see the appeal.
Yeah.
But all these other sports, they can take a walk. Boring. The only golf I like is disc golf. Throwing a goddamn frisbee through a metal chain.
Well, that's fun. I like that.
Yeah, that's the only kind of golf I like. But I can't imagine being one of these people that would say, "Oh yeah, we're playing tomorrow. We're playing next week." Guys.
Yeah. What do you mean we?
Yeah.
What? You're on the team? Like...
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know you played. But I hear men say it all the time, and I think, ugh, come on. Grow up.
I know. I'm like
Grow up.
Oddball in my office that's like not into it, and they all think I'm like some pansy because I'm not really. I don't sit there and talk about like what this player did every week and how many catches and yards he had. I'm just like, the fuck, you guys like really like they spend all day Saturday watching college football, and then all day Sunday watching NFL. Like just totally wasting their whole fucking lives.
Yeah, it's pretty gay.
I gotta tell both of you, I am actually, and I kid you not when I say this, I'm stunned that neither one of you are into football. And I'll tell you why. Because every man I know in the world is into football, if not baseball or basketball. and I hate it. So hearing you guys say that you're not into it is actually quite
it's liberating for you.
stimulating.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you. I understand.
I think, because we think the same. You have to have a certain IQ level in order to see how stupid it is. I mean, I respect the athleticism that these guys have.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
like, once you realize how it is literally fake, like, I don't know. I used to be into it, but then once I realized, like, they let like, just watch tomorrow. If you happen to watch the game, just watch how many bad calls there are. How often their best receiver gets wide open and they throw a ball, there's nobody around. Like, these guys, that's their career, and they constantly blow and they make mistakes, make stupid penalties, and then the referees, they're there as backup in case something doesn't go a certain way. The refs will throw a flag and reverse the play or not call a certain play. It's the whole reason they have them. Like, we don't even need referees. We got computers now. We can replay shit. Like, it's all BS.
It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. And Azure in the chat says, I love when it hits the rim. That's what she said.
Yeah.
When it hits the
you
rim.
took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah. A grown man chasing a ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Grown men hitting balls with wooden sticks. I mean, yeah, I'm totally into that. Totally.
That's like professional wrestling with guys, sweating all over each other and throwing each other around. That's kind of bearish.
It's kind of bearish, but it's much more entertaining than watching men chase a ball around like a dog.
I actually love football season because, like, if you go out on a Sunday, like, for lunch, or over here if you go to the beach, it's like not crowded because all the dumbasses are at home watching football. Like, you can actually
amen.
Sit and it's gonna suck now that football season's over because all the fucking idiots are gonna be back out.
That's true. Good point. Very good point.
Did you see that story about the China lasers?
China. Yeah, the green laser they were saying. You're from out in that area. Tell us about it.
Well, it's weird because I just heard of it last week, and supposedly, like, that happened like over a month ago, and it didn't even make like local news here. But like, I was like reading all these other articles about, like, they were reporting on it like a month ago. But I think it's strange. Like, speaking of like all these balloons and all this crap going on.
Right.
I think, like, you were kind of mentioning it right before I called, like, how we're not secure or we're not safe. But that's what they want everyone to think. You're no longer safe. Like, we don't have the capabilities to protect. We spend trillions of dollars on the Air Force and Space Force and all these satellites, but yeah, we can't even fucking spot a balloon fucking floating thousands of miles across the sky. Like, they want people to.
No. Wait. Let me correct you. Hang on. Let me correct you. Hang on. They spotted it. They just didn't tell us about it. It took somebody seeing it in Montana for them to do something about it. They would have never told anybody had the American people not seen it. That tells you right there the kind of weak, insignificant administration that we have running this country.
That's true. And that's why they have Biden in office, is because they want people to think, oh, he's just incompetent. But they're actually, like, when it all gets written in the history books, they put the perfect guy in office right now because he's a senile old man, and people were just like, oh, that was the worst president in history. He had no idea what he was doing. But in reality, the people that control him are actively trying to destroy the country, and they have the perfect freaking, what are they called? I don't know, puppet, Manchurian candidate. That's the word I'm thinking of. But just imagine, okay, we got like a year and a half left of Biden, so they're going to try to cram as much crazy shit as they can in the next year and a half while he's still in office. So just watch all these crazy, weird-ass stories. They're just going to get weirder and weirder before he exits the White House, or they might assassinate him, put Kamala in, who knows what's going to happen.
Oh my God. Yes,
hopefully. it's going to get crazy.
Hopefully it doesn't get that crazy, but I do have a question for you. Do you think we're going to see maybe some sort of war kick off here in 2023?
I do. I think the reason that's going to happen is because the economy is collapsing. The whole financial, the U.S. system, the U.S. dollar, the fiat dollar system is literally imploding, and it should have collapsed long ago, but they've been able to kick the can down the road for so long. But I think we're actually at the end of the road now. They can't kick the can anymore. And so
well, think about this. Think about this, okay? In America, there are people who are literally living month to month by paycheck, all right? And with this inflation increase, which has been a massive increase, like world record increase. Like what did they say? Like 30% increase?
Something like that, yes.
Take that into consideration. What does our administration do? We give money to Iran.
Oof.
We give money to Ukraine.
To Israel.
We give money to Israel. We give money. All these people we're giving money to. But the American people, oh, well, you can go fuck yourself because the goddamn administration, they don't give a shit about us.
Right.
The whole plan is to separate everyone, divide everyone, I should say, destroy the economy, and how do I say, utilize, as they did with COVID, utilize a catastrophe or an emergency to their benefit so that they can control. That they are playing by the absolute rule books of the Marxist handbook. No doubt
exactly.
about it.
And the next catastrophe, like it was COVID, and the next one they're going to bring is World War III.
Right.
They got to keep having all these catastrophes, and the next one they'll do is World War III. And but first, they're going to destroy America through the financial system. Our dollar will be worthless.
That's what's happening now. Yeah, the economy's in shit like it's always been. And that's another thing, they've been saying that we've been in debt they've been saying that since the early 2000s, Mike.
Well, that's because that's what they want. That's what the Democratic Party wants. There's so many people that I know that were Democrats that were either fans of mine or friends. Here's the problem that they don't see. They're not reading between the lines. They need to understand that it's not the Republicans per se that want to take over. It's the Democrats that want a global, what do they call it, Michael? Global
government.
Government. A government that's controlled.
One world government.
Completely. Yes. Thank you. I was lost for the word.
It's all good.
One world government.
Yes, sir.
That's what they want, and it's based on Marxism / socialism / communism. But they're playing it off. They're covering it. They're painting a real nice picture for everybody. And it all started with COVID. They used that to say, hey, let's see if we can make people control. Let's have them stay home. We'll pay them to stay home so that they don't go to their jobs, to continue the job market and the amount of money that people make through working and doing an honest living. And continuing capitalism. No, instead they shove down everybody's throat that racist, Trump. We got to do this. Make sure you wear 3 or 4 masks in a car when you're driving alone.
I'm wearing a mask right now.
That's where we're at.
I just think
this is what the Democrat people don't see. They don't understand this.
It's pretty crazy, the whole balloon, the first one that we had, the first Chinese surveillance balloon that was in the sky. Our government didn't want to shoot it down. They gave such a bogus sort of response about not wanting to shoot it down because they didn't want to get anybody hurt, is what they were saying. They were so scared to have innocent civilians being hurt, yet they allowed this virus to run rampant and kill all kinds of people. So I don't exactly.
Well, like I said,
I don't exactly believe their lies anymore, Mike. I never did.
Michael, I said, if they really wanted to find out what that object was in the sky, knowing it was a balloon, they should have shot the balloon with a couple of small bullets, like a 22. And once the balloon had holes in it, it would have floated down. That's all.
Which I know.
Simple.
Which, like
I'm a dumbass.
Stupid, or are they trying to destroy
artist
the evidence?
/ performer, and even I knew that I could figure that how to take the balloon down, and they couldn't. The fucking military couldn't.
Mike's Italian. They really had nothing to do with it, but I just threw that in there.
Michael, you there?
Did you get cut off there? No, yeah, we had some weird drop out there on the internet. I don't know what happened. But yeah, I can hear you now.
You've been dropping out a couple times while I've been listening to you.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
The feds are closing in on me, Mike. What was that, caller? Go ahead.
There's no way they're that incompetent. They're gonna waste a freaking $1 million rocket and destroy the evidence when they could have just gunned the balloon and then recover it, like Mike said. They purposely did that to destroy the evidence of whatever it was, either to help out China so they could hide what it was. Like, clearly they weren't interested in recovering any of that data. So who knows? It may not even been China's balloon. It could have just been something else.
Never know. Yeah. Well, they're not going to tell us where it came from. They definitely know where it was, and someone in the chat says, wasn't it at 65,000 feet? But the one in Montana, if I recall correctly, was at 35,000 feet, I believe. More or less.
But
Michael, I got a question for you.
By the way, Mike, hold on one second. Caller, I hate to refer to you as caller. Is there a name that we can, officially give you, or you can give to us to call you?
Yeah, I like the nickname you gave me, the Depressed Hawaiian.
But, you like that?
I'm always in your chat. No, I'm David Kopp.
David, okay. We could just call you. Yeah, we could just call you David. We don't have to call you the sad, depressed Hawaiian. I mean, come on. I don't want to call you that.
No, I think that's a good. That's funny that you call me. A lot of people tell me I'm too negative and shit. So I think it's hilarious.
Emo Dave.
You guys picked up on that.
We got the emo David here. Yeah. No, I'm not going to call you that either. Well, I'm just going to call you Dave or David or the sad Hawaiian. That's always fun. Mike, I'm sorry. I had to get it in there. I had to ask him. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to ask, what is it we're looking at on the screen of this little girl dancing? What in the world is that?
Is from a horror movie called Megan, which is a movie I saw just the other night.
It's on Netflix, isn't it?
I don't know if it's on Netflix. It might be. I'm not quite sure. That's not where I saw it. But yes, it's okay. But yeah, it's like a lifelike doll that's programmed to be like a child's greatest companion, really. And it's pretty creepy. Think of it as a modern day Chucky in a way, except it's like artificial intelligence. I think the whole dancing scene was probably the scariest part of the whole movie.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm watching her dance right now, and I'm like, Jesus, what the heck is going on here? This little girl, what is she, 11?
It's pretty paranormal, yeah. I was watching this movie, and I thought, what the hell is this shit? I'm a little late in the game. I remember seeing this GIF plenty of times, and I'm just like, what? And then randomly, just the other night, I'm watching this movie, and then this comes on, and I thought, holy shit, what is this nonsense? But Megan,
she's doing some serious gyrating.
Yeah, it was a scene right before she went and tried to kill this other woman. Spoiler alert. Oh. Yeah, but Mike, if you like horror films, watch this one. It's a little weird, as they all are. As they all are. But yes, Dave. Anything else?
No, that's it. I saw some comment. Somebody said, "What bullet goes that high?" I was talking about like the F-22 instead of wasting a rocket on it, they could have used their machine gun, and supposedly the F-22 can fly as high as 65,000 feet, so it would have been high enough to shoot the balloon. But yeah, anyways, thanks for taking my call.
You got it.
You guys take care.
Take care, brother.
Chat as always.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Be safe, man. Take care.
Take care.
Love that guy. Great guy. He's a good guy.
It's too bad he's so depressed for a Hawaiian.
I know, right? He's so sad. It's like, how can you be sad out there? But then again, it probably is kind of depressing You're just staring at the water the whole time, thinking about your life.
Oh yeah,
just flashing by.
So sad to be, just so sad to be looking at that Hawaiian water with those
sad,
beautiful skies,
looking at the water, thinking
those
about
volcanic mountains,
thinking about
pineapples,
thinking about 1995,
smoking some Maui Wowie.
I know, right? It sounds depressing.
So sad.
So sad. Oy vey, oy vey. But yeah, Megan, watch that if you want. Rather popular with people online. People have put gifs of that scene, very popular in the movie. I don't even know if I would ever watch it again. It's kind of a dumb movie, but that scene was pretty funny though. It was a creepy, funny scene. But yes, that's Megan. Watch that. Don't watch The Last of Us unless you're into bears. Then you can watch it. Oh yeah. Good God, Mike. It's been fun.
Good Lord.
Good Lord, indeed. It's been a fun one here, and we're not done just yet.
We just got through like one topic. That was it.
Oh, we had to spend a lot of time on it.
Oh, so far what we talked about was the Super Bowl.
It deserved,
aside from the bear.
It deserved our attention, Mike. We're hitting the hard topics here tonight.
Okay.
DeSantis
I gotta
wants.
tell you, I go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say DeSantis wants to be a bear. According to the chat here, you never know.
A friend of mine.
Yes, sir.
A friend of mine. I was going to tell you, a friend of mine sent me something interesting tonight. My friend Tom sent me a video from YouTube about there are these polls that are showing more people are dying unexpectedly. I have lost three friends who I have known through my past, in the clubs and everything. They had died as early as in their 40s and 50s, just out of the blue. And my friend Tom sent me this video about how people are dying around the world in record numbers. And I bring this up because, again, this is something interesting, maybe controversial, where the radical left, proclaimed that there were too many people in the world and how they felt that there needed to be a circumstance where people died in order to make room for more people or less people, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I thought I'd bring that up for you.
And they're dying of what?
Some of them, well, for example, there are people who have died that I know who were relatively healthy, but just ended up getting sick and dying. Now, what they died of, I'm not exactly sure, but
I see.
These are people that may, and I told you this the other day,
mm-hmm.
I am even having some situations with my health.
Oh, that's
that
right.
I'm concerned may be a part of having gotten the China virus shot.
Yeah, you contracted that China dust, and you got vaccinated before that, I believe. And I think the last time we talked, you had mentioned that you get out of breath easily.
Yeah, I've been having some problems breathing, and I've heard a number of people make the same claim.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, this affects your lungs to some degree that you have trouble breathing, and in some cases, people are having heart attacks and die. Look how many soccer players have dropped dead on the field.
Dropping dead, and they're healthy.
Right, and they were forced to get the shot.
This is why I try to tell all my enemies, the ones who've been vaccinated, to have very serious workouts. I encourage them to go run, at least 3 miles a day, and hopefully it works out for them.
I don't run, but I walk. Today I walked 2 miles, and I'm trying to do that more often now to lose some of the weight that I gained over the winter. And I'm concerned. I don't want to be walking and end up getting a heart attack.
Dropping dead.
something.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying, man.
Fuck, that's scary, man. I'm sorry you have to deal with that. Mike, I was telling you not to get vaccinated early on. I knew it was a bullshit
I know.
sort of hustle here, thanks to Pfizer and Moderna and the rest of them. I already knew that once the celebrities were going to be paid to advertise it, I knew it was going to get bad. We talked about these COVID passports and the fact that you'd be required to have vaccination status. I mean, we talked about this way before it even dropped. People thought I was smoking crack with Hunter Biden. I always said, go fuck your mother. And, here we are. That's where we are in this timeline. That's where we are, Mike. Yep. It's fucked up.
I'll tell you, if I could turn back the hands of time, I would never have gotten the shot. But
share.
As you know, we were both scared. Even though you didn't get the shot, we were both scared.
Of course.
I got it because I was more frightened as a result of having been a post-cancer patient.
Yeah, and it didn't help that your friend was in your ear telling you these things. He's telling you you're gonna die, Mike.
Well,
you need this vaccine.
Well, I can't blame it on the person who told me to get the shot. I made the final decision, and I still trust my friend very much. She's a doctor, and I mean, I can't blame him for anything. I did it based on my own decision.
On your own free will.
He was the last person I asked. Yeah, I can't blame him for anything. Nobody whispered anything in my ear. I thought about it for months. I didn't get it until 2021.
I hear you. I understand. By the way, when you said turn back time, I instantly
Hey, can I say something? If anybody out there is hearing Michael drop out when he talks, please let us know, because I'm hearing him drop out left and right every time he talks. Let us know if you're hearing Michael drop out.
Am I dropping out, folks? Let me know. It might be
constantly.
It might be your internet, though.
It might be. I mean, then again, I do have a better computer these days, so.
Yeah, but your internet's shite.
So, I don't know.
There.
Let's just see it. Shite. If anybody's hearing Michael drop out, let us know, please, on the chat line.
I'm hearing you cutting in and out as well. I don't know why.
So it's me too?
I think it's you. I think it's your internet.
I think it's you.
I think it's you. I think it's your I have no idea. I'm just saying. Who knows? Who knows, Mike? Well. But yes, carrying on here, Mike, we are kind of getting close to the end here.
Ready? God, I still have subjects to go over.
Oh yeah, well go ahead, Mike. We definitely still have to push forward here. We're going to talk about Bubba the Love Sponge, by the way.
I was going to ask you, what about wife swapping?
Well, yes, that's where we're getting to. But Mike, before we get into any of these fun subjects, what are the other subjects you got for us so we can sort of cover those, so we leave no stone unturned, as they say?
Well, there was the wife swapping thing, and then there was the whole UFO/Canada
We got
issue.
that. Yeah, we got that one down.
Did we? Okay, I can mark that on my list then.
Yeah. We got it. Yeah. It's all good, Mike. We're good. We're doing it right. We're doing it right. It's been a fun show. I mean, I give it a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. I laughed.
Yeah.
You know, I laughed. I had fun. Talked about bears. I mean,
Did you?
that was fucking hilarious.
We laughed. We loved.
We cried. Yeah.
Cried. We laughed. We loved.
Yeah. So maybe we can just get right into it then.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, of course, I am referring to one Bubba the Love Sponge. And, you know, this is someone who was on top of the world at one time. Maybe not exactly on top of the world, but at least he was out there in the radar of one Howard Stern, who actually gave him a job at one time. But yes, this was Tampa's most famous sort of radio host. And that's Tampa. Lots of trash out there in Tampa. Lots of sewer trash out there, Mike.
Yeah,
Lots of swamp sort of people out there. And they all loved Bubba the Love Sponge out there in Tampa. But yes, Howard
Love Sponge.
But yes, Howard actually, you know, got him pretty popular, got him a job at Sirius XM Radio. And I've always thought Bubba was kind of like a poor man's imitation of Howard Stern, to be honest. Never really liked the guy.
So, huh?
Yeah, he's kind of shite. Didn't really care for him. Don't really care about NASCAR. Don't care about, you know, that sort of shit. I don't give a fuck about
I
any of
actually
that.
really like. I like car racing. In fact, I like any kind of racing that has to do with machines, like, you know, motorcycles, boats. I kind of dig that.
I want to watch NASCAR as bad as I want to watch soccer, which is nothing. It's so
Gotta hand it
boring
to those
me,
guys,
man.
man. Running up and down that field. Oh, I'd get so tired just watching them.
Yeah, that's where they have a heart attack
Yeah.
at like 23.
That's sad.
That is fucked.
See those guys go down on the field, and then the paramedics coming in on working on them. I mean, that's sad.
Very sad. Very, very sad. But yeah, I never really cared for Bubba, to be honest. Never thought much of him. And, you know, I guess he was doing the naughty thing, you know, doing the whole wife swap thing. He was in an open relationship at one time with the wife, open marriage. And, you know, at one time he actually let Hulk Hogan bang the wife. And they videotaped the whole thing. And Hulk Hogan now, that's the pro wrestler, he claimed he had no knowledge that he was going to get videotaped. And I believe the guy. I don't think he knew that Bubba was going to tape him, but that's what went down. And there was a lawsuit. It got dirty. And we do have audio of Bubba talking about that whole encounter with Hulk Hogan, which was his best friend at one time. And Mike, you know, that brings us to this point here about the fact that, you know, adults sometimes when they're married, they have an open relationship. And, you know, I always thought that's kind of weird, the whole swinger lifestyle, the fact that maybe even you are watching and getting off to your wife getting off. And that's
hang on. Having an open relationship
Yeah.
and being a swinger are two different things.
It's a little different, but then there are those people out there that sometimes just want to watch their wife getting banged. And
vice versa.
And vice versa, but don't you think that's a little odd? Sure, it's two consenting adults, but I mean, isn't it a little fucking weird to be in a relationship like that? Like, I'm going to take joy in watching my wife getting banged. I mean, that's a little weird to me. Is it borderline gay if you were watching a guy bang your wife in front of you? I think that kind of makes you a little gay if you have no problem letting a guy go and fuck your wife. I mean, that's a little weird to me.
No, I disagree.
It's a straight thing, you think? You can be straight and be into it.
First and foremost, this topic is very much associated with what we were talking about with the Bears. And I think, and don't take this the wrong way, I think it's how you and I were brought up. We're straight men.
Right.
And we like women. And that's okay. And I'm not going to say it's normal because I don't want to get us kicked off the air. I'm simply going to say it's an average thing that has been happening since the dawn of time. what I'm getting at is, since mankind is one of the only creature on Earth that has sex for pleasure, and don't tell me about the monkeys thing, because that's not the same thing. So
Monkey
when
thing.
mankind, sorry I even brought it up. So when man experiments with his perverse sexual
Nature.
attractions, we get to a point where we're comfortable with what we like. Now, if you and I are not into homosexuality or bisexuality, these things aren't going to be, how should I say, they're not going to be something that we fall lightly on, or shall I say, we don't exactly find them attractive. But there are people out there who don't have a problem with, say, for example, having multiple sex partners in one sexual sitting, like an orgy, or who don't mind, guys who like going with guys, and yet they still
Guys
like
going
women.
with guys, yes.
Right, and they're bisexual, not homosexual. So I think if you're going to swap your wife, and I was just thinking about this theory today. It's weird that we brought it up, that you brought it up tonight, but I was thinking about this today. If you swap your wife, and oh, I know where I read. I was reading it in that book about Satanism.
Oh no.
The guy talks about how there's all these cults that, people that switch wives and stuff like that. So here's what I was thinking. If you're switching with a partner so that you can bang his wife and he can bang your wife, what came to my mind was like, wow, you must really be bored of your wife. If you want to
exactly.
Let her screw.
Yeah, you must be super bored of your wife, but also like there are men out there who do get off watching their wife getting fucked. And
of course,
they're in the room sometimes.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a little too far. I would think you're kind of borderline a fag at that point.
I don't think it's has anything to do with being gay. I really don't.
I think it kind of does. I think there's a little bit in there that makes you a little bit curious, that you kind of want to go on the other side just a tiny bit and experience that other world.
I guess you could have a point that there are some people out there that
I think I have a point. I think I have a major fucking point.
Well, again, let me finish. What I'm saying, there might be a percentage of people out there that do find it homosexually arousing.
Yikes.
But on the other end, I've been there and I know
Mike's been there.
That it's not all homosexuality. There are guys who are simply attracted to the idea of another guy banging their wife.
Oh my God.
And it has nothing to do with them being attracted to the guy.
That's just a weird.
It's almost like a voyeur thing.
It's a weird. It's a weird fetish.
Right.
Yeah, and then
again,
they are called. Yeah,
a bear. I mean, it's all fetish, Mike.
And they are called cucks. Yes, that's what the fucking title says. Sorry.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's kind of borderline gay. A little bit. I think it's a little bit gay to be into that. Watching another man, you're looking at this guy's cock penetrating your wife's vagina. I mean, that's a little. And you're in the same room. I mean, it's a little different there.
I have to ask if there's any callers out there who would be willing to call in and share an experience with us. That would be very interesting.
I would love that. Yes. If there is a caller out there who's down, they're open-minded and they're swapping their wives, I mean, let us know. I mean, I want to know what that's like for you. I really do.
Bear swap.
They might. They might bear swap. Yeah.
Bear swap.
No disrespect to the gays out there again. We love all of you. We're just having fun here. We're just having fun with you. But yes, we definitely want to know about this. We got to know the swinger lifestyle. We got to find some swingers out here, Mike, and ask them these questions about how they feel about being in an open relationship and knowing that there's different men dumping loads into your wife's vagina.
Oh, God.
Well, where am my line? I mean, that's what's going on.
I got to tell you, I was approached twice, actually, when I was a musician or performer. I had two couples, not at the same time, but on separate occasions. A guy who came to me and said, I'd like you to, would you be interested in having a thing with my wife?
Right. And I've gone those.
like, no.
Yeah. And I've gone those emails too from listeners out there who want me to fuck their wife. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Well, then you're a noble man.
I'm a straight man, but I'm not going to fuck your wife and let you watch or anything of that nature where there's like a weird scenario. It's just a little too much for me. I mean, I'm a straight guy, you know, I'm as liberal as the next guy, but come on. I'm not really with that, to be honest. That's just not my thing.
Okay, then that's just not your thing. But let's be honest here.
But I let others live, though. I'm just saying, I let others live their life. If you're into that, no, I'm not judging you. All I'm saying is it's a little unusual for me.
It's not
personally.
for you.
Yeah, it's just not for me. That's all.
That's why I was just going to say there are plenty of other sexual perversions that men and women do.
Absolutely.
That either you may not, be accustomed to or like. And, that's just the way it is. There's all kinds of crazy sex going on out there.
Oh, yes. It's Sodom and Gomorrah out there.
Exactly.
Yeah, man,
exactly.
for sure.
Welcome to New York City.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you how many times I had strange sex with people.
Yeah. I mean, I don't judge you for having sex with strange women. I mean, that's what you do sometimes when you're a man. You go and explore strange trim, especially if you're in New York. But, the whole sort of burden knowing that this woman that you're banging has like this husband listening in, maybe going into the room and watching you. I mean, that's a whole nother ball game.
There's a whole section in the porn industry.
Right.
I mean, if you look it up, there's a whole section on that,
People are into it. I'm not judging. I'm just saying.
You said it's called cucked?
Right.
Cucked?
Cuckolding, yeah. A cuckold.
Yeah. Cuckolding. Yeah, I've heard the expression myself.
No doubt this guy, Bubba the Love Sponge, definitely into that. You could tell that was his best friend. He was probably obsessed with Hulk Hogan as a child. And, he let the wife bang Hulk Hogan. That to me is crazy, by the way.
I think it's more crazy that Hulk Hogan was married when he did it.
Was he married? He might have been married when this all went down to Linda. Linda Hogan, I believe that's her name. Let's pull a photograph up here of one Linda Hogan. And the whole Hogan family, very weird, because now Hulk Hogan, he's like with, he divorced the original wife. He's no longer with Linda. And, he has another girlfriend. And, he did have a girlfriend. I'm not sure if he still has her now, but at the time, the girlfriend that he was with looked like the daughter. It was pretty bizarre, Mike,
Wow.
She was like a year, I think she was probably the same age as the daughter or maybe a year older than the daughter. Something like that, dude. It was a little crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's a little much. Yeesh.
Yeah, I can understand how you feel.
But your own daughter? But you pick a girl that looks like your daughter. I mean, it's a little dark.
I don't have an answer for that one, but all
I'm
saying is that for you as a straight man,
yes.
I can understand what you're saying. I can relate to it, but at the same time, as I've said before, having been around the block, I've seen a number of things.
Yeah, you've been around there, yeah.
Kind of opened up my mind and helped me expand my understanding on how certain people are turned on by certain things.
Where does that come from, though? Is that like a childhood thing?
That's a very good question.
Yeah, where does that come from?
Here's my theory on it. I think, especially with guys who have no problem having sex in front of a camera or multiple people.
That just makes me so uncomfortable. I don't know why.
I think it has to do with the way you're brought up. Now, maybe, I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, and I'm talking little, like 4, 5, 6, 7, me and my friends, we all were always whipping out our junk and showing each other, and just like,
Mike.
It was just a thing. We did it.
You're showing your conch to your friends.
We did it in front of a bunch of people.
Mike's whipping his conch out.
Something that we're doing. So here's what I'm getting at.
Holy shit!
There are some guys that never really grow out of that mentality, that state of mind.
Like Ron Jeremy,
perhaps, and I think that's what it takes for a person to become a pornography star, a porn star, like a guy. Like, you got to be able to be aroused around a cameraman, sound man, other people in the background holding lights, doing this, that, as well as however many sex partners you're having sex with in the movie. So, oh my God, look at the size of those knockers. Holy crap.
That's Linda Hogan, by the way.
Those are so fake. That's disgusting.
And
but she's not a looker.
She was also dating another young man, by the way.
Yeah, no kidding. Really? I'm surprised.
Yeah, so, And I think she's years older than him, too, by the way.
She could be a porn star in herself. My goodness.
But yes, this is Linda Hogan, of course, now divorced.
Ugh.
Now
disgusting.
Divorced. Ah, my God.
I'm sorry, but big tits like that is such a turnoff to me.
Big fake tits, Mike?
Fake tits. Let me be specific. I have no problem with small breasts, large breasts, but when they're fake, I'm just.
You're not into that, yes. It's not a look for you.
No, I can't get into it.
It's not a good look for you.
Again, I think it goes back to that topic when you and I spoke about portraying yourself with all this cosmetic surgery.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much.
Fake lips, fake tits, fake cheeks.
Yeah, it's a little much. It's a little much. Most women, you don't really need to be doing that. I mean, embrace your small tits, women. It's okay.
Absolutely.
Embrace your little titties. It's all good, women. All the little ladies out there. It's okay. We love small tits. We love big tits. It's all good. We aren't haters here. You like that, Mike? I was being PC there.
You were, and I have to add, I love small boobies.
We love it all. But yes, this is the Hogan clan, by the way. Many, many moons ago, when they were a very happy family, and you see Linda right there up in the middle there, and to her left, our left, you see Brooke Hogan, the daughter. And yeah, in a moment here, Mike, it'll load up for you. We're on a little bit of a delay here on the chat room, and I'll show you the girlfriend, and she looks a lot like the daughter. Again, Mike.
While you're doing that, I got a question for you.
Sure.
Do you think that the filming of Hulk Hogan with that other woman, do you think it was intended to be a blackmail thing?
Well, I think that's what would happen essentially, and we do have a clip of Bubba. That's Bubba the Love Sponge talking about that. So we'll play that in a moment here.
All right.
I'm just looking. Yeah, I'm just looking for the photograph. Oh, there we go. Found it.
Oh wow, she's a doll.
The daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah,
cute.
this is the daughter.
Okay, now Mrs. Hogan looks a lot better in that picture. She must be a lot younger.
It was about more than 20 years ago, so yes.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
She looks a little worn.
Everyone looks a lot better. Everyone looked better 20 years ago. Basically.
Yeah, well, you know what it is? The way she looks now with those big knockers, it's ugh.
I think she probably got a little bit of an update there and made the knockers even bigger.
They look like solid bricks on her chest.
That's probably how much they weigh. They weigh the amount of a brick, probably.
I'm sorry, I just cannot get into fake boobs.
Those brick-sized titties. And let's see, where is this other photograph so I can show you the new girlfriend of one Hulk Hogan. There we go.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
You sound Jewish when you say that.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk. And yes, this is the new girlfriend. It'll load up for you in a moment. But yes, once he was divorced, this is him with another woman. I believe by the name of Jennifer. And Jennifer just happens to look kind of like the daughter. Very similar.
Well, she's definitely a looker, the young Hogan.
Did that not load up for you yet?
Not yet. No, I'm still looking at the young, girly Hogan. She is pretty.
It's a bit of a long delay there.
I know. We're having trouble today with something going on.
The internet is not working now. You need better.
It's your fault.
Yeah, it might be my fault, but you do need better internet out there, Mike. It's because you're out there in the wilderness. And
Is that what it is?
And Gang of Four is asking, does Bubba still have a show? And yes, I still think he does a show. I'm not sure if he's on the radio anymore. I think he's doing a show on like Twitch.
In his backyard?
Well, maybe, you never know.
On his porch?
He might be. But yes, I think we should play the audio now.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Yeah, so that loaded for you finally.
You gotta say, man, Hulk Hogan was a monster of a man.
He's a big dude.
He is gigantic.
Even in his old age, he's still a big dude.
And you know what? I'm happy for him, but I can only
Me too. I'm happy for the guy. He lived a great life.
I could look that good. That guy looks
at that
amazing
age.
For his age.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we have lots of respect for the Hulkster out there. And I believe...
And his trophy wife.
And the trophy wife, he has everything going for him. Lots of money. He's done it all. He's been on TV, very successful career, had kids. He's done it all. And yeah, I mean, more power to him. Let him enjoy his life. That's fine. I'm not sure what the age gap is here for him and the girlfriend. But I think it might have been a pretty big age gap. I'm just assuming here. Could be wrong. But Hulk Hogan, I think right now he's 69 years old is his current age.
Wow. Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. He's he's done it all. Can't hate on the guy. He's just living life, doing it all, banging women that look like his daughter. It's all good.
And you mentioned that when the sexual act was filmed
yes.
or videotaped in this case, what did they do with it? Did they post it online or something?
Well, they sold it. That's what they did.
Oh, no shit. So what was it, like available as a pornographic rental video?
Absolutely. And they went to...
No!
Yes. Oh, yes. And there's a big lawsuit, and the jury awarded Hulk Hogan, I think it might have been $15 million, I believe.
Get the heck out of here.
The battle between him and Gawker. Yes, I believe that happened all the way back in, I believe, 2012, because the sex tape was posted on their website back in 2012. So yes,
on the website.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yes.
You could thank Pamela Anderson and what's his name, Tommy
Lee, yeah,
for starting this whole craze of celebrity sex tapes.
Right. Yeah, they were the first ones.
I'm waiting for the day mine gets out there.
Oh, Mike. Are you going to leak it yourself?
Yeah, I might as well. I'll make a lot of money.
Yeah, just leak it yourself. Screw it.
And then I'll sue Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, put it on your Facebook. Put your sex tape on your Facebook page. Yeah.
There you go. I'll blame Michael Decon.
Yeah, blame me. It's all good. Everyone else does. So, Mike, I'm ready to play this audio clip of one.
Do it.
This is brother. Bubba the Love Sponge explaining it all here about Hulk Hogan, and this comes to us from, I believe, a podcast called Concrete. So yes, I believe this is the Concrete
like
podcast.
His ex-wife's tits.
Yeah, like the ex-wife's fake tits. Here we go.
Fucked up my life. It really did. And a lot of people...
Whoa, let's rewind that. What was that all about?
That was like, fucked up my life.
Yeah, out of nowhere, fucked up my life. Yes, let's play this back. Here we go.
The Hulk Hogan sex tape really fucked up my life. It really did. And a lot of people don't know the truth to that. If you were to go ask, let's say that you two guys are walking down the International Mall and you walk up to anybody in Tampa, Florida, or maybe the world for that most part, and you're like, hey, what do you know about the Hogan sex tape?
Oh, my God.
And they're going to say, oh, his best friend, Bubba the Love Sponge, taped Hogan fucking his wife, and then Bubba tried to sell it and do him dirty. There's truth to that. I did let...
Oh, my God. There's truth to that. Well, of course there's truth to that. You made money off of it, Bubba. Of course. Of course.
Does it go on? Does he still continue?
Yes, there's more. I just wanted to pause it and laugh at him.
No, I get it. I'm just, because when you cut it, I just wanted to make sure I heard the rest of it. But yeah, so we're about to find out what the actual cause or reason was that he he let it slip out.
We'll find out. Let's hear what the man has to say.
Let him fuck my wife. And my home surveillance system captivated it, as it captivates everything. That's my only dabbling in the whole thing. The sequence of events that happened thereafter will absolutely blow people's fucking minds when they find out how this all went down. Now, I'm not trying to say, oh, listen, I'm innocent. No, I let my best friend fuck my hot wife. I did. My best friend was in a...
Which that's not... I mean, if everyone's willing, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There was 3 willing participants, and really...
Yeah, that guy sounds like he lets guys fuck his wife. Continuing.
I'll tell you, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Really, at the end of the day, had an employee of mine not steal.
By the way, he didn't miss a beat. That's why I'm like, this guy, he lets all kinds of guys nut in his wife or girlfriend's vajayjay.
So, yeah, obviously he's got a thing for that sort of...
Oh, he sounded like it. Oh, he definitely sounded like it. He was all in. Here we go.
My surveillance... only 3 people to this day would still know about that event. And my life wouldn't have been ruined. My ex-wife wouldn't be considered a whore. And Hogan wouldn't have $141 million in his pocket. So, I mean, joke's on me, motherfucker. I mean,
do you think he really got all that money?
No, he didn't. He got, in my opinion, between now, don't forget, there were 2 lawsuits. There was Hogan versus Gawker, and then the lawsuit that nobody knows about, Hogan versus Cox.
Oh, okay.
All of this was aggregated through Cox Media. That lawsuit settled. That's the story I'm going to tell.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to tell that story. Everybody knows Hogan versus Gawker and how that worked out.
Right.
But if you were to go and ask that, people say, well, people don't realize is that my best friend, Hulk Hogan, lived with me at his lowest point of his life in 2007. He was suicidal. I had to take a gun away from him at one time. He was going to kill himself,
brother.
And we
I'm
were
gonna kill myself,
home from the
brother.
dollhouse one night. My wife and I had a semi-open relation. I mean, we were.
Ooh.
I wouldn't say we were necessarily in the lifestyle, but I'm not a jealous guy. I've seen through all of my years on being on radio and. The squirt Olympics and the girls pissing in fucking coffee cans and shooting ping pong balls out the pussies.
Right.
And just all the stuff that I've seen, I've become calloused. So my best friend fucking my wife is not that big a deal to me.
See what happens, Mike? You do all these things and then you come to the point in life where you're like, yeah, go ahead. Fuck my wife. Go ahead. It's normal. It's okay. It's all good. I like it.
All right with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go make some tea while you guys are doing it.
Yeah, bang my wife. I like that.
Yeah, bang my wife. What would you like for lunch? I'll get you a hamburger.
Yeah, go ahead. Bang the wife. I'm gonna go get a car wash. What's the big deal? So yes, he he's obviously into it. I have a feeling he's in a relationship that it's more like the wife or girlfriend is getting all the fucking on the side. I'm not sure if he is. He's the kind of guy that most likely would have to be paying for it, Mike.
Who, Bubba?
Yeah.
Well, you got to get a very good point there.
Yeah, I'm sure he's paying for it. He could afford it.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes people who aren't, let's say, of Hulk Hogan status.
Right.
They try, and I'm not saying this in a mean way. I'm simply saying that some people who don't have that status or maybe the looks of a movie star or someone, they try to get whatever they can. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It just is.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm. And so
you guys were married? You guys were together?
Yeah, we were married. And so we're driving home from the dollhouse and my wife calls me and Hogan's down. He's going through the worst fucking divorce ever. And I said, hey, Heather, have a little sexy outfit on and take care of my boy when we get home.
Ooh.
And it was pretty much
That's
that.
like a
it was
pimp.
pretty much that simple.
Yeah, exactly. He just pimped out the whore wife, basically.
I mean, yeah. And now that's a perfect subject. Now, how we were talking about how if guys are, I mean, it's a little bit different. Like what we have here is, him watching them. But other guys who pimp out their wife, per se, are doing just that, and they're treating their woman like a whore.
Pretty much. That's exactly what he did with his wife. And I don't think he was actually in the same room, but there was footage of it, being taped. And
like you said, it was on the home surveillance thing.
Mm-hmm. But he's playing very, he's acting like, he had no knowledge about what was going to happen, or he's a good guy here. But I don't believe that about this man at all. There's nothing good I see in this man's eyes when I look into his eyes. There's nothing good there. At all.
Maybe he's just a low-life pervert.
I think that's exactly what he is.
I mean, based on what he just said about, what did he call it, the Squirt Olympics or something?
Something like that, yeah. Well, that is hilarious.
I mean, so there you go. The guy is
That's the kind of guy he is.
He's a sex addict.
Yeah, he's just a sexual deviant. That's who he is. Here we go.
Simple. The chain of custody of the tape is a story in itself. Heather and I were going through a very nasty divorce, and I didn't want that, that DVD at my house at that time. So I took it and put it in my office, and an employee stole it, and the rest is history. That employee disseminated it. The employee used it to try to extort Hogan for $1 million. There was an FBI. Did you know that there was an FBI sting?
I had no fucking clue.
No. Nobody knows this. Nobody knows that this tape was shopped all around Hollywood, and everybody in Hollywood asked the Spice Boy, Matt Lloyd, Spice Boy, my co-host, was shopping this to Digital Underground and to Wicked Productions and all this, and says, and because the sex tape world with the Ray J and Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton and Tommy Lee.
There you go,
those
Mike.
are worth millions of dollars because the people in the tapes agreed, for the
right
at the end of the day.
Right.
Pam and Tommy want to act like they didn't. They made a lot of money on that deal.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Heather, myself, or Hogan.
Well, sex tape hasn't made money.
Yeah, right. I'm the guy. I'm the person that's been on the worst side of sex tape. I am the guy who got butt fucked by sex tapes. So as Spice Boy was shopping this tape, I didn't even know that it was gone. Like for instance, see that toolbox over there?
Yeah.
Okay, you might have 3 half-inch wrenches in there. Do you really know that there's 3 in there? Last time you checked, there was 3. But do you go back every day and check that there's 3 half-inch wrenches?
Right.
No. I knew this sex tape was in my office in the desk. I didn't go every day and relook. Oh, it's still there. I just knew. I never had an employee theft problem. I didn't, I had nothing. I had a pretty small staff, and nobody went in my office, and I'd never have a theft problem. People had keys to the building. They could come and work on the weekends and things like that. Well, one of my employees stole it. I didn't know it was stolen until one of my producers, Brent Hatley, calls me March 4th.
By the way, Brent Hatley is another employee former employee of the Howard Stern show, by the way. And he's another guy who would allow his wife to also become like an OnlyFans sort of model and, let men watch her naked, let her get money that way, and also fuck the wife as well. He's been notorious for that as well, letting the wife sleep around. They're in an open marriage as well, but he seems like another guy who is not getting any action at all. It's just the wife that's getting the action, in my opinion. But yes, it's no surprise that, of course, he was one time a producer for Bubba at one time, Mike. And I'm pretty sure he was also pimping the wife out to Bubba or to anyone else on that show. Pretty disgusting stuff, though, Mike, to be honest. I just think it's a little weird to be whoring your wife around. Call me old-fashioned.
I'd like to add.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's fine. I'd like to add to anybody out there who may have a sex tape, you might want to lock them up. It's probably a
Right.
good idea. Under lock and key is probably the best thing you could do with a sex tape, unless, of course, you're that confident, and then the moment comes when it gets stolen, and either by your silly act of not locking it up or wanting it to be intently discovered,
Right.
so that it gets out there. So this guy Bubba, I don't know. He's saying that he trusted his employees, but I'm telling you, if he's this guy who was a celebrity, you'd probably want to lock something like that up.
Yeah, and of course he's claiming that Hulk was his best friend. I mean, I don't think you do this to your best friend. I don't think you secretly tape them banging your wife.
Right, now here's the thing. He said it was on the security cameras that caught it. So I'm assuming the security cameras had a recording device.
Yes, but if you see the images of the sex tape, which I have, I would say, who puts their surveillance video right where it's angled right by your bed, right down towards your bed? Do normal people do that, Mike? Do they set up cameras pointing down their bed?
I don't know. I've got all mine pointed at my bed.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's normal. That solves that.
I'm kidding. No, I don't.
That sounds suspicious.
I suppose it depends on the type of security cameras and the system that you have in the house. Now, I don't know this guy Bubba from Shit in the Wall, but all I'm saying is that maybe did he have a nice house? Did he make enough money? Did he live in Hollywood?
No, he was in Florida, Mike.
Florida. Okay.
Quite the opposite.
So, and I'm assuming Hulk Hogan had a place down there?
Yeah, of course. I think he has multiple homes. I'm sure it was in Clearwater, Florida, exactly, to be factual here.
On the West Coast. All right. So all I'm saying is that I guess it depends on the type of security system that you have, whether or not you had the lights turned on for this sexual escapade with Mrs. Bubba and Mr. Hulk.
Mrs. Bubba.
Mrs. Bubba and Mr. Hulk.
It's pretty funny.
So yeah, I don't know, man. These kind of things that happen are always silly. And the whole Tommy Lee and Pamela thing, and the Britney Spears, and the other one, the rich bitch who's a total slut. All these people who have had their sex tapes gotten out there, I often think to myself, was this intentional? Because it catapults their career.
Yeah, of course. No doubt. I think they all knew. I think it was all planned out, Mike.
But you think Mr. Hogan, he knew it too? Is that what you're saying?
I believe so. I think they all knew.
But why would he sue him then?
I'm not saying Hogan knew. I'm saying Bubba knew, and the wife knew, not Hogan.
Oh,
sorry about that.
Oh, okay. Gotcha,
yes, I didn't mean to add any confusion there, but yes, I think they all knew except Hulk. That's why I'm like, you would do that to your best friend?
I wouldn't. I'd keep the tape and watch it myself.
You'd watch it and hang out with it. By the way, there's a still image. There's a still image of the Hulkster. I believe he's in his underwear. And he's got the wife right there. He's got Bubba's wife on the bed. And look at the surveillance image. Again, it's just nicely pointed down towards their bed, Mike.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it.
It's angled down towards the bed. That's why I'm like, they totally set him up. They definitely lied to the guy. Yeah, it was a big setup. They just wanted to make money off of him. And that's why I'm like, man, this is supposed to be your best friend.
Yeah.
Bubba's he's a piece of shit, in my opinion.
I definitely want. As soon as I see the picture, I'll definitely be able to give a better opinion on it.
Eventually, you'll see it.
Eventually,
it'll load up. But yeah, let's go back to the audio here while that loads up for you.
2011, and flat out asks me, "Did Hogan fuck your wife?" And I'm like, I'm driving into work. It's 4:40 in the morning. I'm on the Howard Franklin. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, on the dirty.com, there's a screenshot of your bedroom with Hogan, on top of Heather. And I'm like, oh my God, Brent, run into my office right now and look at my top desk, top drawer, under some papers. There should be a DVD that says Hogan on it. And he walked in there and he said, it's not there. and I knew my life was ruined. So Spice Boy was taking this tape, and when he was going to when he was going to all these places that could potentially buy a sex tape, the first thing they asked was, well, do you have 2257 forms on the people involved? And a 2257 form is just a standardized form that says, I am this person giving you permission to use my likeness and distribute it, and we own the right, all that kind of bullshit. Spice Boy starts shopping this tape. He can't find anybody in Hollywood or anybody in the porn industry that'll touch it. They're like, listen, we cannot put this up if you don't have, at least Heather and Hogan on 2257s. Right. It's illegal. Well, at that point, the tape was worth nothing. So Danny, this will blow your fucking mind. And this is what people in the mall and don't know, is that he then got a hold of his wife's best friend, named Lori Burbage, who worked at the Bank of America. She was just making 20, like a single mom, and gave her $1,000 to be the liaison. And he called up a guy named Keith Davidson, who was the #1 sex tape broker in Hollywood.
I've heard of him.
And he flew to Tampa and brokered this. And he had David Houston, who's Hogan's lawyer, who's now dead. And Hogan.
Is that the guy who looks like a burn victim?
Yeah, looks like Fire Marshal Bill.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you something. I got so much heat when he
died?
Yeah, he died in Reno. And so him and Hogan.
Yikes.
Keith Davidson got a hold of him and Hogan and said, we have this sex tape. I have the sex tape. Well, first of all, the dirty.com put the screenshot of it up in March and kind of alerted the world that it was out there. So everybody's scrambling around. Where the fuck is it? Nobody knows. They can't produce it. The dirty.com has to pull it down immediately. But Spice Boy fucked up by I think he got like $4,500 to send them that picture. So as he's shopping it, he can't sell it. He then arranges a meeting for Keith Davidson to represent him, and Hogan, David Houston, and Lori Burbage, who represents the owner of the tape. Because if Spice Boy would have walked in there, Hogan would have said, fuck, because he knew Spice Boy worked for me.
Right.
Spice Boy wanted to completely stay out of it.
Right.
So Lori Burbage goes in representing the owner of the tape. Keith Davidson's in there to broker it. But what they don't know is that Hogan and David Houston called the FBI and said, we're being extorted. They want $1 million for the sex tape for Hogan to buy back so that it doesn't get out. That's what bad guys do. Is if I got something here and you don't want this, you don't want your wife to see this, well, then buy it off of me, bitch.
Right.
Otherwise, she's going to get it.
Now, that was true? Somebody did try to extort him for $1 million?
True. It was an FBI sting that's been fully documented.
Really? They have it recorded him actually saying that?
Yes.
Wow.
I'll have that footage on my documentary. Wow. So
I was gonna know that the FBI is wasting their time with this.
Fucking FBI.
It's just a sex tape. Who gives a fuck? I mean, Jesus.
What's become of this organization?
Yeah, it makes the FBI look like a bunch of retards out there. Yes, we're gonna spend all this money on.
At this point, they are
a sex tape. Yes. Great job.
They're in there, and Hogan writes a dummy check for $150,000 to buy back this tape. The feds knock the door down, fucking put Lori Burbage and Keith Davidson in handcuffs. Oh, this gets fucked up, Dan. You're going to fucking freak out over this deal.
And there you have it, folks. That's from the Concrete Podcast. Go check that out. I have not seen it all or heard it all, but there you go, folks. Go check that out. If you are curious, go ahead. It's all there for you. But yes, Hulk Hogan. There you have it, Mike.
So I want to say that is not a underwear. That is a tan line of his ass.
That's not underwear. That's a tan line of his ass, you're saying.
Absolutely. I sincerely don't think those are underwear. I think that's the crack of his ass, and the white is simply the tan line of what he would actually look like if he didn't have a tan.
Oh, Mike, that is too much.
And if I also may comment, as far as the camera being pointed at the bed, it's hard to say because you can't see the rest of the room. or how much of the camera caught the bed and the full part of the room. Like, is that the full scene? Is that a section of the scene? Nobody knows. But it would be kind of weird if the camera was pointed just at the bed
Right.
and not further to the right to see what might be around in that area if you're actually using that camera as a security camera.
Obviously, it's not a rotating camera.
Yeah, most of them aren't. That would be a really expensive type.
Well,
camera.
He's got the money.
I guess.
At that point, he had. Yeah, at that point, he had some money. Not anymore, though.
I don't know, man. So he was getting ready to get divorced at this point.
Pretty much, I think. Yeah, I think he was already out the door.
It's not that terrible then. It's not that.
Nah, it's all good.
I thought he was like already involved. If he was getting ready to get divorced, then it is what it is.
No, I think everything was already going to shit. To be honest with you, I honestly think they were both. I think they were probably both already swingers. To be honest, or not swingers. I think they were just in an open relationship. I think he let she, being Linda, the former wife, I think she probably let Hogan sleep around as well, and I think he probably let wrestlers also bang his wife. I think that's also the rumor I had heard or read about that at one time. Yeah, so all of this, it's nothing new to these people, Mike.
It's funny. I'm looking at the image that you have up now from Mad Magazine, and Hulk is doing like
a leg drop
on the bed, a leg drop on the bed.
Yeah.
Woody.
Well, I think Bubba the Love Sponge, I think he's a cuck.
What?
A cuck.
Cucked?
Yeah, he's a cuckold.
This is dangerous territory. I mean, sex can be so controversial and yet so beautiful at the same time.
That's right.
Depending on what your mindset is on it,
Oh, yeah. I'm with you on that one, Mike. I do not disagree with you. And Lord, this has been quite the evening, I have to say.
One of the things that you can bring up is that with sex is a natural thing, okay? We all do it, we all like it, and we do it a lot. And there's always been that not even a controversy, but the comparison of whether or not scenes of death and murder are considered to be more explicit and controversy than sex, because sex is normal and doesn't hurt anybody. But yet, in every movie, every horror movie, every splatter movie, you see people getting their heads cut off. You see people getting killed with guns and getting their heads blown off.
Tits and death.
Right. So what I'm saying is that is it more controversial to show someone images of people getting their arms and legs blown up in a war, or is it okay to show them having a guy having or people having sex, which is normal, which is natural?
Well, that's a question for the FCC and what they regulate as, being able to show on TV.
But that's getting legitimate, Michael. I'm talking about, if you really break it down, is it more natural to show someone sex, which is non-violent, shouldn't be violent, but non-violent and natural, or is it better to show them a guy in a war mowing down somebody with a 50 caliber. Oh boy, help me out. 50 calibrator.
You got it right. Good job.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. A 50 caliber
Halle Berry
gun, machine gun, basically
yes.
Mowing a guy down and cutting him in half with the bullets. Is it better to see that, or is it better to see two people making love?
It's probably better to see those National Geographic titties than people being mowed down by a gun.
Right. So, and I bring this up. This was an article that was actually brought up in Hustler magazine back in the 70s or 80s. I remember seeing the article, and it was, because the guy who owned Hustler was always constantly, under scrutiny from people who felt that it was smut. And then he brought out the topic of, well, what do you want to see? You want to see people in Vietnam getting their heads blown off? Or would you rather see a guy and a girl having sex? Which is less offensive? Caliber, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Mike. I'm with you on that point, wholeheartedly. That would be more natural to see, but of course that's not going to be shown on television. Unless you have, the dirty channels. Yeah, unless you have the dirty channels. Yeah. Good God, Mike. This has been exhausting.
It's interesting. It's interesting what people find offensive and what they don't find offensive. And as I just said, you can see any horror movie, any splatter movie, or even an adult thriller where people are getting murdered. But that's not offensive. Two people fucking, that's offensive.
Yes, close the show once that happens. Can't see that.
It also brings up the topic of whether or not pornography is considered corruptive. Is it that dirty or bad that seeing two people do, well, I say normal things, I mean like normal sex.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like donkeys and dildos and midgets.
Jesus, Mike, that's pretty far. That escalated rather quickly there.
Like, if a child sees images of like a gangbang and then goes to its parents and says, "Mommy, Daddy, why was that girl having sex with 6 guys?"
Because she's in love. Mommy loves all the men. Mommy loves...
She loves all those guys.
Yeah, she's in love with them. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. It's all normal.
Oh, that was a good one, Mike.
It's all good. These are just your uncles.
These are your uncles. Yeah. So I guess it could be damaging to a child. I know a guy
for sure.
I know a guy who told me about how when he was a young man, when he was a kid in like a preteen. In fact, I think he was 5-6 years old. His parents got divorced. Now, I know this guy very well. Parents gets divorced, and then after that, his mother began to date. Now, his mother dated for 35, 40 years, and they've been constantly different men. She didn't get married until, well, she hasn't been married. So all these men that this woman was with, it affected him because he kept seeing his mother with all these different men, and they were never his father.
Yeah.
So that really affected him as a child into his adult stage. So I guess sex and death can have 2 different types of effects on a person.
Sex and death, they come from the same place, Mike.
They do.
They sure do. You feel like you want to die after you have an orgasm.
Speak for yourself.
That was kind of a joke, though.
But, okay. It depends on who's in the bed next to you.
If it's a bear.
If it's a bear.
Yeah, it might depend. It depends if there's a bear or not. Or if
you had your beer goggles on the night before.
Right. So, Mike, holy shit, this has been a fun night yet again, and I'm looking at the time. We are definitely out of time, and I'm quite sad. I mean, I had a great time with you. Yes, we are all shiny, happy people here tonight. Maybe one day this will be the intro music, Mike. I mean, I feel like a new change is coming once we have this music going on. I feel like the show might be PC once we have this music going. Oh, yeah. Oh, the show's over. How nice. I love it. We made it through, Mike. We didn't have a heart attack. The vaccine that I snorted didn't make me overdose. It's all good.
Great. I'm happy for you.
I snorted the vaccine.
All right.
All right, Mike. Once again, I do want to thank you for being a part of the program, Mike. It was a fun one, a good one. one that will be remembered throughout the ages. And once again, Mike, I do want to thank you for being here and being a part of the program and doing the show with me and tolerating me and not being angry that I judged you for being a bear in training. So go ahead, Mike, plug away.
Not at all. Not at all.
But don't plug me.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael. As always, many, many, many thanks to you. Many thanks to everyone who listened tonight. Thank you very much. And anyone listening to the podcast at this point, thank you very much for listening. If you're interested in my book, get my book.
Buy the book.
King of an Empire to the Shoes of a Misfit, written by yours truly. Still available and only available on my website, MikeHideous.com. That's MikeHideous.com. Check it out, folks. Thank you very much. I had a wonderful time as always. Michael, I'll catch you on the flip side, my brother.
See you soon. Take care, Mike.
All right. Good night.
And there he goes, boys and girls. That was my co-host, the man of the hour, Mr. Mike Hideous. Great guy. Very great guy. You know, we love Mike very much. We really do. We want to give him a round of applause there. He did a great job here tonight. And all of you did a great job here tonight. Give yourselves a pat on the back. We all survived. None of us died during this program. So it's a quite successful show here tonight. And yeah, my God. Will we be back tomorrow? I don't know. But during the week, we will be back. So make sure you're out here on the YouTube channel and make sure you find us here during the week. Weekdays will be live. Next week, I don't think I'll be here. I don't think I'll be alive during the weekend here. But during the week, I'll be here. And keep those fingers crossed and say your prayers. Pray for me, by the way. I need the prayer of Jesus Christ in my life. Definitely light a candle for me, boys and girls. Once again, thank you for pressing play, folks. We'll do it again on the other side. But before I let you go, new users out there, please subscribe to the program if any of this resonated with you. If you laughed, if you cried, if you enjoyed the show, definitely do that. Yes, everyone donate. That's patreon.com/Michael Decon. Go ahead and sign up there. $1, $2, $5, $10, whatever you got, we can appreciate that. I don't want to beg anyone out there, but that's what I'm doing right now. Without any of you out there, this show is dead in the ground. If you enjoy the show and like the live show, the live rendition of this program, definitely donate whatever you can to keep it going, keep the ball rolling, burn that coal, keep the show rolling. Without you, again, we are dead in the water. The show go away. So definitely jump on board, sign up on Patreon. Bonus content. It's crazy. It's nice. We have serious shows in there. We have wild shows in there. Everything's there. That's patreon.com/Michael Decon. Enjoy the Super Bowl if that's what you're going to do tomorrow. I'm not going to be watching that shit. I'm going to try not to. But yes, patreon.com/Michael Decon. Definitely do it. And yes, once again, thank you so much for being a part of the program. Keep your fingers crossed and say your prayers. Once again, be safe out there, boys and girls, wherever you are on this island Earth. And signing off from the wastelands of California. It's been an absolute honor and a pleasure. It really has. And with that said, the world is a mysterious place, and life itself is a mystery. Until next time, mahalo.
I could give you everything I